And welcome to SoCal Regionals 2017 for Injustice 2. The Injustice Pro Series is finished, but the action has not completed. We are here at the Anaheim Convention Center, and the brackets are stacked.
You're so far away.
I am no.
I'm
can't even reach
I'm usually
you.
within reaching distance, but I guess for two people of our size, that's probably it's probably best.
I can only throw things at you from this far away.
Yeah.
But anyway, I am EGP Wonder Chef, joined by Godspeed, Goodspeed, Oddspeed.
Just Dustin Kane's fine, you know.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that guy. I don't like that name, but we already have these matches set up, and the first one's a really good one. It's somebody that we actually haven't seen for a very long time.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it's somebody who I think you love. In fact, I do believe that it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago at this event that you betrayed all of SoCal.
Wow. Well, can we just not bring up things like that in the past?
No,
That'd be really great.
It is
Dab, yes. So it is going to be Dab versus Cheeko. It's going to be yet again another classic NorCal versus SoCal, as Dab is living up there in the NorCal ways. And he has kind of been absent for this, in this game, like in general, right? We haven't really seen too much of him. We saw him messing around with a few characters in the beginning of things, but kind of been absent. Obviously, he has a family now. He's a family man.
Oh, I have to point this out. Look at his name and look at your shirt. You two definitely coordinated this. Tell me you're not best friends. His name is One Punch Dab, and you're wearing the One Punch Man shirt.
We are best friends, but that's not the point.
Anyways,
Cheeko, however, we have seen quite a bit. It plays at Wednesday Night Fights quite often. Really solid player from SoCal, but I feel like he still hasn't had his breakout performance at a major yet. And this could be that.
You still should.
There's wrong, then there's worse.
Begin.
And a very canonical matchup here, but we are seeing Dab's Red Hood. Red Hood, of course, the character that essentially won IPS Finals, right?
Correct, yeah, and it was Sonic Fox winning that with Red Hood. In case you guys missed that, that was one hell of a tournament. But here we go, Dab playing quite cautious, actually. He's not really overcommitting. Nice, he's gonna get the bomb.
Yeah, Dab, when I have seen him play Red Hood, he is not afraid to play a very patient, kind of zoning Red Hood. Now, we do see really, really aggressive Red Hoods like Sonic Fox.
I mean, that's kind of the beauty of the character, though, right? Like, Red Hood is so diverse in the ways that you can play him. Sure, you can play him patient, you can play him nuts. He has a lot of different tools that cater to a lot of different playstyles, which is also just makes him such a solid character in general.
That's true. All right, we're going to get the mix-up off the restand. Tried to bait the throw tech. Didn't quite work out.
Oh! Gets caught with the overhead battering meter bird. Oh, drops his combo. That was huge.
We've already seen Cheeko drop like 4
And look at this corner switching back and forth. Both of these players want to utilize that unending exploding computer desk.
Yeah, as far as interactables go, this is easily one of the strongest stages for grapplers just because the bomb on that left side is so good. Now Dab looking like he wants to try to zone it out. I think he has enough life to take one battering. Oh, maybe not, I guess. Just barely.
You are a liar. Yeah, he is going to lose the life bar. And here we go now. Even life bar. Even matchup, actually. Going into the second life bar. Both players. I will say that Mr. Dab does not have any meter to spend. And, of course, Batman is just building all this meter. But he is going to whiff a grappling hook. Nice punish with air guns. That should be a full conversion. A little light on it, but still getting some damage. Meterburn back 3. And
There's no place to hide.
I'm standing my ground.
Now Red Hood is one of the characters that can very easily check Batman zoning. We've seen already Dab using a lot of the air guns, a lot of the pounce, and of course just his own projectile by itself isn't bad at all.
Yeah, and I do like the way that Dab is trying to trap Cheeko with the lunge and the mind combo. And that wake up is nuts.
Ooh, no conversion off of the low. Wake up down 2 from Cheeko!
I mean, we are in SoCal, right?
I guess so. The home of Batman and the home of Raw down 2.
Yeah.
Not afraid. Wow, just got hit raw by that bomb.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. All right, blocks, nice. Still pressure coming out of back by the knife. Nice pokes in between. And a beautiful block from Cheeko.
Oh, breaks the armor but doesn't get the full conversion. This is not going to quite be enough.
Evan, what's going to happen? So close.
Oh, if he had a bat, that would have been death.
Oh, but
the wake up.
That wake up is so strong.
And that was a really good call. We didn't really see him wake up with that, I don't think at all, that set. Maybe one time.
He was using it to try to counter zone.
Yeah, right.
But you're right. I don't think he used it once as an actual wake up.
And that was actually a really close match all the way through that. I don't think anybody had a significant life lead at any point. It went down to about 20% life left.
It was pretty
Fighters approaching contact.
We are going to see the stick to Batman. Cheeko is definitely a Batman main. He's got a lot of other characters. He plays Deadshot a little bit. He plays Scarecrow.
Sure.
He plays Black Manta. Actually, I don't actually know if Black Manta is legal today for this tournament. I'm not sure exactly what the ruling is.
That's true, because technically it's not part of the
IPS.
IPS. So, I mean, he might be playable. I mean, we do know that Starfire, regardless of whether it's IPS or not, would be legal here today. So, we may see some Starfire, but yeah, I don't know. Is Manta legal? That's a good question.
But regardless, it's still really early on to see Manta. I do hope we do get to see the Starfires, but a strong start from Dab this time. Very different than what we saw last time. Ooh, good conversion. No, drops it.
Gets hit again. That's the third time I think he's been hit by raw mine.
Yeah, I think Cheeko really needs to start moving away from those, or just, I don't know, blocking them better. Maybe even just armor meter burn forward 3 through them.
True, just any option. I mean, he's just getting tagged by them, but this is definitely much different from last game with a surmountable life lead coming here for Dab.
Ooh, good conversion off the trade bat. No, why didn't he do anything?
Wow. Interesting.
This is not a good look for Cheeko. His execution has definitely not been on point today. And just
not
as
at
I
all.
Say that,
Wow.
Raw grapple in his face.
Devastating raw grapple.
Dab. All Dab needs to do is just sit on this life lead again, hitting with the raw bomb. I don't understand what
a
Cheeko's
parry.
doing.
There we go. Finally some signs of life from Cheeko, but yeah, Evan, I don't know what is going on with Cheeko right now. We generally see a lot more clean play from him, especially at the weeklies, but it could be tournament nerves too. Get it very. Wow, this is.
Guns aren't the answer.
Then you're not paying attention.
I mean, without being disrespectful, this is just really bad. Like, Cheeko is making a lot of really poor mistakes.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Cheeko is a very good SoCal player. We've seen him do so well at Wednesday Night Fights and plenty of other tournaments. He actually, at CEO, managed to take White Boy to... He was up 2-0 on White Boy and made White Boy switch. He's the only person who made him switch from Scarecrow in that tournament.
Right.
But right now...
He's a solid player, but it's just this second game. I mean, even the first game we just saw, that's the second game going to Dab. The first game that we saw, he was playing pretty well. His execution was clean, and this is a far departure from that.
Yeah, I mean, there were still a lot of mistakes in game one as far as execution goes, but this game is just getting worse.
Compared to this game, it was way cleaner.
At least he was just dropping like enders, but now he's dropping everything. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he had too much to drink last night or something like that, partying too hard. This is, of course, in SoCal, so it's his hometown. It's sometimes it's hard to get into that major mindset when you're at home.
Right. Well, because for us, I mean, because we're from SoCal too, it almost feels like maybe like another weekly or like a monthly. But no,
it is not.
This is not. This is SE. I mean, we had, I believe it was 129 entrants when I checked last night. 8 IPS finalists were there. I mean, just the talent pool for this tournament is just as threatening and dangerous as any other major, except for the fact that we don't have a Fox here.
That's true, but it's going to be really interesting because he's been winning so much, and now we get to see who is going to win in his stead. You know, we've got Theo here, Dragon here. We have Slayer here, who actually lost to Dragon off stream.
Yes, he did.
The very first round match.
It was 3-1.
Which only happened because Slayer late registered.
Correct. So for anyone out there that is planning on traveling to any of the majors coming up later in the year, late regging is not in your favor because they will put you anywhere and they don't care.
They will make you fight Dragon round.
And that is your fault for late regging. I mean, not everyone can register early, I understand, but I mean, that's the consequence. That's the risk you take. And speaking of risks, drop combo coming out of Dab. Actually, not much of a risk there. May have overextended.
Ooh, Dab backdashing, but still getting hit by the batarang. The hitbox in that is just ridiculous. What was that? A raw standing 3 and it actually hit. I don't even know at this point what Cheeko's going for anymore, but it's definitely not what's coming out.
Maybe he's just trying to show us something we haven't seen before.
Maybe. And you know what? This game, he's not doing badly. Looking as close as the first game was. Ooh, nice way to get over all of that, but the lunge is one of the best checks.
Yeah.
He would have been able to meter burn that, get the free chip no matter what. And now Dab on the last life bar if he wants to win this 3-0. Cheeko's got a long path.
Yeah, he definitely does. And the other thing to note about Dab too is like I'm sure he has other characters in his arsenal. I mean, Dab has always been known as someone who generally has kind of been a character specialist, but has always had at least 1 or 2 pockets just in case.
Another drop from Cheeko. Whoa,
wow,
back
it worked.
Cancel. All right, we got some stuff going on. Actually, I really hope that was another mistake, another execution mistake, and it just worked out. But we're just gonna say it was the best read of all time.
Now we do things my way.
Not the smartest choice.
Cheeko finally finding himself in the lead just by a little bit, but I think that once he gets the lead, he's going to want to play lane, which is exactly what we're seeing right now.
That's what he's doing, and that's a very intelligent decision. But I mean, it is almost dead even.
It is. He's not winning out on that zoning game, getting just clipped by a few bullets here and there from Red Hood. Red Hood has a lot of good zoning options, and I really like the use of trait too, the little straight bullet that it travels so quickly.
Nice ball coming from Cheeko. What a risk, though.
Guns aren't the answer.
Then you're not paying attention.
Oh, I like that one.
All right, Cheeko's got a heavy meter lead, so that's gonna, I think, put him in the lead again. Just barely. It's just about even.
Bad active, just walking up and with. Wow.
Oh, and wow, just out of range of the hard blockable.
And again, Cheeko just using meter burn roll in, and then he just hesitates to press a button and then goes for a grab. Luckily, it landed, but this is very dangerous. Canceled, and that is going to do it. Dab, one punch Dab is going to take it 3-0 over TSS Cheeko from SoCal.
Well, and what a heartbreaker of a match, because it was, I mean, there were just literally uncountable amounts of drops from Cheeko.
It was, man, it was incredibly uncharacteristic to see Cheeko play like that, because again, we've seen him play so much in the past, and we know he's much better than that. But especially in the second game, it was just a super poor performance. Like, there's really nothing else to say about it. And it's disappointing, especially because, again, we're from SoCal, Cheeko's from SoCal. But Dab, let's talk about Dab's Red Hood. It was really solid. He was able to play the patient game, especially against the frustrating zoning that can come from Batman, specifically with the retreating bats. And Dab was able to just control it, and he was super patient, and that was really impressive. Right,
I like his mix. You really, especially in that matchup, you have to change up your play style a lot, because he was going in exactly when he needed to go in, but I think 70% of the time maybe he was playing lane. And that's something you usually don't see from Red Hood. Usually you do see a little bit more of an aggressive play style, especially from, I mean, we see Sonic Fox more than any other Red Hood right now. So he always is a very aggressive player.
Very aggressive, yeah.
But Dab, on the other hand, I mean, he's an Aquaman player. He's very good at playing patient. I mean, he was an Aquaman player before Red Hood. I'm sure he's still got Aquaman in his pocket, which he could have used in that matchup too, but I think he wanted to start off strong with his Red Hood and just keep going, because Red Hood's a great character. I mean, I was just talking to Theo. Theo was saying that he thinks Red Hood is the #1 character in the game, which I think a lot of people agree with, but I don't know, it's kind of a toss-up.
I will say that, especially with this patch, I mean, there's a lot of really good viable characters now, and I mean, characters were viable before, but I feel like this is easily, I have to say, the most balanced NRS game we've gotten, especially after the patch. So it's really great to see a lot of character variety. But yes, Red Hood, the funny thing about him is that he is such a good character, but we really have only seen Fox use him. For the most part, but I mean, there's other Red Hoods out there, of course. We've seen Dab right here, but Fox is really the only one that's found the most success with the character.
Right, yeah, we've only seen just a few. I think Krayzie is another one that I can think of. At Biennality did extremely well. But look, we have Kandarr. So Kandarr making it out here, wearing his Horus shirt to SoCal Regionals. I'm really excited to see who he's going to use. Now, Kandarr, he is a lab god, in my opinion. He is one of the best lab monsters that we have in our entire scene. He will find, if you want optimals for any character, the day they come out, go to his Twitter.
Okay.
100%. What kind of a hat is that? What? Okay, he's disqualified, but he's going to be going up against Syndicate.
It's a regular hat, man. Why are you hitting on his hat?
Begin.
Did you read it? Don't read it.
No.
Don't read it. All right, so he's going to be going up against Syndicate, who is a Batman player from, I believe, Texas. I could be wrong on that, but this Green Arrow, is this really going to be the choice? Now, Kandarr does play a lot of characters. Like I said, he's a lab monster, so naturally almost every lab monster in any game has a bunch of characters because they want to, find tech for all these characters. So Green Arrow.
Dinah trusts you with her life.
As Ollie too, I've got big shoes to fill.
Make sure you do that.
Begin.
All right, now Green Arrow is considered one of the best matchups against Batman. Green Arrow zoning in this game is so good, and really Batman's biggest weakness is that he can never get in, he can never get Batman stuff.
Right, which Batman loves to do Batman stuff.
Oh, right. That is all that Batman does, and oh, an unfortunate drop. Maybe this is just the curse of Batman players today. Not the curse of Green Arrow, though. Nice combo by Kandarr.
I mean, another beautiful thing is if Batman does, oh wow, decide to retreat, I mean, Green Arrow can simply just fire his trait arrows underneath the bat. So like he can easily get away and also counter zone with even just 1% arrows. Those really annoying just standard trait arrows, they can really annoy Batman.
Right, and then of course every single time that he hits an arrow, he gets time to load fire arrows or electric arrows or ice arrow, whatever he wants. But right now, ooh, nice corner combo. The jump 2 into the forward 3. Optimals. We got optimals. And Kandarr needs to find a way to get out. Good jump 3, but oh wow, I can't believe that we didn't punish. The down 2 is a little bit too far away. That's definitely minus enough for that who have potentially worked.
Nice little down 1 anti-air coming out from Kandarr, but he's got a little bit of a hill to climb. He really needs to get rid of this life bar. If he can do it here, that'd be huge, but no. He doesn't, and every bit of damage, I was going to say, that Cyndicate was getting was hugely in his favor, as he really didn't have much to work with in that life bar.
Both players not afraid to slide on each other. Oh, nice. Good stagger. That's going to be good damage. Optimals. Look at that damage. 376, completely meterless.
Oh, nice. Both players going for a check. Still caught in the corner, though. Kandarr needs to get out.
Sorry, that was not meterless. I'm done.
Yeah, that was definitely not meterless.
I forgot which starter it was. I was thinking about his last combo. But 4-2-3.
Oh, beautiful stuff.
Bit off more than you can chew?
Don't bet on it.
Cyndicate proving after that very first drop, he's like, no, this is not the curse of Batman. My execution is 100% on point. Not only is he doing everything and landing everything, but he's doing everything optimal, like 100% optimal.
Really nothing left to give for Kandarr. Nice anti-air arrow. He's averting nothing
If he
to give.
lets Batman build one more bar, it's going to be guaranteed chip, but the bat will do it anyway.
And that's just how little life he had, right? Because those trade bats really do not do almost any chip damage at all.
Right, and it was just enough to make it work. But let's see if Kandarr decides to change.
Pull something out of his pocket.
No, he's going to be sticking with Arrow.
You're supposed to be dead.
Call me the ghost of Arrow Past.
That's a first.
Begin.
All right, and they are.
I gotta say, every player we've had on stage so far, I believe, has let the intros rock, and I think it's really cool.
That's true. Props to them. Props to them. If you skip the intro, we make you play against Sonic Fox. He's sitting back behind stage. He's not in the tournament. He's literally just for people who instantly restart or skip the intros.
I don't know if that's much of a punishment. I mean, playing Fox can help you a lot.
Yeah, but you have to play him, and if you lose, you're out of the tournament.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, and that was definitely a cross-up. Here we go. Syndicate once again with a pretty sizable life lead. Down 2 coming out of Kandarr, though, gets him out of the air. And that's a big thing in this matchup, too, is Batman, again, being so jumpy and fantastic in the air, especially coming in. Green Arrow's down 2 can deal with it pretty decently.
Oh, an unfortunate execution error. He really needed that damage, and now Kandarr stuck in the corner, gonna get hit by the meterless combo. Syndicate about 50% life lead. Now that's the thing about this matchup, is it is considered good for Green Arrow, but only if you can keep him out.
Right.
Don't bet on it.
When we see a matchup like this where Batman does manage to take Green Arrow to the corner, doesn't let him escape, it's still going to be Batman. I mean, it's still the ridiculous plus frame, it's still the ambiguous jump overs or not jump overs. I don't even want to say cross-ups, you know, or not cross-ups, because you are going to be jumping over them, but sometimes you hit in front and then hit land in back.
Oh, nice. Gets right under it. And again, Syndicate is just dominating this matchup. He has Kandarr in the corner. He has the pressure. He has a huge life lead. He's making all the right decisions. Waking up without battering is one of them.
Oh, and that, oh, nice flip out. That would have been it had he not done that. But I think the first life bar is almost guaranteed to be his at this point. Maybe not. All right.
Yeah, Savage Blast to get away. Very nice. I mean, it's possible. It's definitely possible, but it's going to be very difficult, especially with how clean Syndicate is playing right now. as I say that, he drops 2 elbows on the head up Kandarr, going up 2-0.
That's a really good, almost 100% guaranteed way to get that chip. Now, I guess Green Arrow, of all characters, probably has some answers because he has up projectiles, but it was essentially guaranteed, and he had so many chances. But that means that Kandarr is going to be going back to player select. Who is he going to choose? That's the question.
It's a good question. I mean, again, being a lab monster, you'd have to imagine he has multiple carries. At least certain ones that he really likes to play. Now, whether or not they're tournament ready is a different story, but
Green Lantern.
interesting.
Fighters approaching Gotham
Okay,
City.
so we're going to have a Green Lantern match here.
All right, so Green Lantern, it makes sense. Good anti-airs, really good space control. He's got the normals to challenge Batman. We've obviously seen Gross do extremely well recently.
Yeah.
This wasn't the plan, Jordan.
Can't plan everything, Bruce.
You're too reckless.
Begin.
I think it's literally what Batman tries to do.
Yeah,
is plan
he plans
everything.
everything.
He's like, yes, you can plan everything. That's how I got here. Just a man in a bat suit with mechanical bats. All right, and we are seeing Cyndicate play a very similar style to when Nubcakes plays this match. So we've seen very aggressive Batman players, but Nubcakes in particular in this, just because we've seen him play so many Green Lanterns. We've seen him play Gross in Hometown Heroes finals. We've seen him play DJT in the regionals, and those, of course, are 2 of the most well-known Green Lantern players.
If not the best, yeah. Right. Oh, it does get caught with the 4-3 mix-up, but yeah, continue. So the way that, I just got to go off what you were saying, is the way that Nubcakes plays this is he just plays it completely late.
Right, he tries to get a little bit of a life lead and then abuses Batman's zoning game. Nice block. I actually don't know if that was cross-up or not. Of course, when it comes down to ambiguous cross-ups, this matchup might be the most ridiculous from both sides, right?
Yeah. These characters both have setups on top of setups that will cross you up with whether it's a jump 3, a forward 3, very unforgiving
Don't waste my time.
blender situations where you're just caught in the vortex and you just have to block and you have to guess sometimes.
Feels good to be green.
And the laser's going to close out the life bar, but Syndicate does have the final life bar to, again, 3-0. We could see 2 3-0s in a row. Let's see if Kandarr can break the curse.
Oh, he's definitely looking much better with Green Lantern here. Oh, nice block. Good air-to-air. Nice conversion.
What?
That was
the
cool.
double jump attack? That was a wild combo.
That was cool.
Oh, wow. He almost got a conversion off of whiffing the slide. That's the kind of conversion ability that Batman has.
You're just a guy in a suit.
Who's winning?
Damn.
Kandarr has, he had meter to check in, but nice block by Syndicate. Syndicate has really not been falling for a lot, especially the ambiguous cross-ups.
Oh, that's going to be a huge fuck. No! He drops the punish.
And that was the one he did the most.
Oh, Bat's gone now. Again, we see another double jump air combo conversion, and that's huge. Pushing him to the corner. Very great, very good decision by Syndicate here.
Oh no, that could have been punished. But now there's still pressure coming from Syndicate. And no meter from Kandarr. He can't push block. Okay,
Wait a second.
Why no clash? Okay.
Better, but not good enough.
Never heard that one before.
That clash was really late. That was scary.
I think he was waiting to build that bar just so he could also clash when Kandarr didn't have any bar to spend of his own. And now it is going to be Kandarr with the life lead. But wait a second.
Oh, will that be enough?
Is this going to kill?
No, not if you drop it.
So close now. Kandarr doesn't have a bar quite yet.
He needs that bar for the guaranteed chip. But, oh, nice backdash, avoiding the chip from the back 2-3. Oh.
And there it is.
So Syndicate taking it 3-0. The switch to Green Lantern looked like it was working out, but
Yeah, I would have really liked to see his Green Lantern, I think, at least one more set, if not just all throughout, because I feel like overall he did a really good job with Lantern. Compared to how he was with Arrow, he was getting kind of caught in all the ways that we said Green Arrow had the right ways to deal with that matchup. So Green Lantern definitely a better choice for him in that regard.
yeah, he was making some really weird conversions. I like those
Yeah.
weird like double jump conversions. I've never seen those before, but
They were cool.
Yeah.
That reminds me a lot of like Injustice 1. We saw a lot of that in Injustice 1.
yeah,
I
that's
feel.
true. Like back 3, jump 3,
Yeah,
jump
yeah.
2. Yeah, we did. But Syndicate, I have to say, his defense was impeccable because those Green
was
Lantern
good.
mix-ups
It was really
are
good.
really dirty, and I don't think he got hit by a single one. Every single time that he got caught, it was in neutral, which just happens against Green Lantern, right? But on top of that, I mean, he locked down Green Arrow, which is very difficult to do. Clean 3-0 sweep, that's already a really good start.
It was a good start, man. And we've already seen, so we've seen Red Hood, we have seen Batman. We've seen 2 Batmans, a Red Hood, a Green Arrow, and a Green Lantern so far on stream. I'm just trying to keep track mentally of all the characters that we get to see today.
So we're in SoCal, so we are going to see 100,000 Batman.
Yeah.
That's just the rule, 100%.
And we should see some Supermans too.
Probably. I don't think we have quite as many anymore in SoCal
I mean, there
but there are
still,
some here.
Yeah, I mean, there's still Lord Theonidas, who
Maybe playing
maybe
Superman.
plays. He thinks Superman. He told us actually that he thinks Superman is number 18 on the tier list.
18?
18.
I think he said 8.
No,
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he said 18.
Can we
I
ever
could be wrong.
Can we ever truly believe Theo anyway?
I don't know.
Question.
That's the thing.
No,
and
you
he
cannot.
tried pawning it off. He was like, "Hey man, I made it finally to a SoCal event or a SoCal something." I was like, "That doesn't count. It's SER. It's a major. You would have went to this no matter where it was."
That's true. He didn't even come to the Wednesday night fights that
No,
all
of
the good
course
players
not.
were at.
Of course
he
not.
could have made it. He could have made it, but I don't know, man. He wants to stick to only traveling to majors. No locals for him. He is the leader of the regime, right?
He's not that type of guy anymore, you know.
Not anymore. Doesn't love us. It's so sad. I'm gonna call him out for it every single time. But it looks like our next 2 players are up. What a shirt from Reaper.
That is a pretty sweet shirt.
We got a lot of really good clothing choices today, I think.
A lot of style here in SoCal.
That's true. All right, now I'm not too familiar, honestly, with either of these
Green
players, so
Arrow,
I'm
the
excited
Flash.
To be fair, I am also not.
approaching the
I
Joker's
will admit that
playground.
I don't know these players that well either.
All right, so it looks like we have Green Arrow and Flash. Now, Flash is always fun to watch.
Yes.
I don't believe Honeybee isn't here.
I don't think Honeybee is
but,
here.
But Bio is here.
Bio is 100% here.
My Earth's Flash would like a word.
He actually had his first match against
tell
Kitana
you, but
Prime,
this is
and
a
I believe it
family
was a 3-0, but they were very close games.
All right, so we do have Green Arrow against the Flash. Let's see the first conversion. This is a great way to start off the match. Looks like he's trying to take maximum. Drops it. Still a solid amount of damage. Gets clipped by the wake up. No side switch combo. I think the side switch combo would have been very, very good to get out of that corner.
Especially to put corner pressure onto Tronko. That would have been really nice to see. But so far doing really well, utilizing the fire arrows, down 1 into the bow spin.
Caught him out of the air escape. That's going to be a big waste of meter. And look how far he's taken Flash across the screen. Interestingly enough, we're seeing an aggressive Green Arrow.
Yeah, and I mean, we said it would have been really great if he had corner pressure, but now he has corner pressure. It's just on the other side of the screen.
Yeah, he had this already
Another
planned.
double jump combo. Wow, these are rampant here today.
Jumps, Batman, Green Arrow. That's what we got today for you. Oh, and that's the mix-up. Cross-up. Doesn't get the conversion, but gets a reset, and that should be the life bar. So all of that, and it took 2 good reads, 2 very good reads by Flash to make it back. Oh, but now we're seeing Reaper play a little bit more defensive.
Oh, here we go. Slide into the overhead, creating some space, utilizing the fire arrows. He's going to have to reload.
He's doing all jumping straight shots. Oh, he finally faked it out. He's like, oh, you think you can dash under them? Not this time.
And he's
1 out of
doing a
8.
really good job of throwing slides in with the meter burn to make it safe, but also to check Flash trying to come in with running man
Exactly.
stance. That's actually really important to the way that he's controlling the space in front of him.
Ooh, I love that. He saw that there wasn't going to be any forward movement from Flash, and he just backdashed out of the armor. Oh, this is big. Oh, it would have been big, but he gets clipped by the wake up. And now we're in chip territory. What's the conversion? Ooh, very nice. Gonna get the mix up.
Good blocks, and that is going to do it. So it is going to be Reaper with a very aggressive Green Arrow to take the first game. I mean, he did kind of back off at the end and start going for zoning once he had the life lead, but I mean, he was 100% going in at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, you very rarely see that. I mean, Green Arrow in this game, he lost some of his offensive capabilities from 1, but I mean, he's still got good pressure. Regardless, you generally don't want to be close to Flash. You want to be as far away as possible. I mean, that man, you saw how he started off. He dropped about half that combo, still got like 370 damage at least. He maybe got even 400. That would have been ended up. It would have been almost 800 damage.
Yeah. And the thing is like, so the green arrow that we're normally used to seeing is obviously Noble's Illusions, right? Like, and he has a very hybrid play style. He has a very hybrid play style. I know. And it's okay if you say it. It's not okay if I say it. But he has a very hybrid play style, right? So, like, what he'll do is he'll go in, and then when he feels as though he's got enough of a life lead or he's maybe under too much pressure, he'll then back out and he'll start zoning with the trade arrows. But, I mean, and we kind of saw that there with Reaper, but then again, I mean, like, he was 100% just in against Flash, which is a scary, scary place to be.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if we had seen a few less combo drops from Flash, that would have definitely gone in the favor of him. I mean, it was literally any single one of those combos that he dropped maybe 4 that game. If he'd not dropped a single one of those,
especially the one at the end when he activated trait, that was huge.
That was a heartbreaker. Yeah. There's nothing worse than seeing the trait come out and then the drop, and then now all of a sudden Flash is sitting there like, oh, I can't block. He can wake up on me.
And they did. He just woke up with both sides. So,
which it even baited the bait on the wake up because both hits so high up. But I believe they are lowering the health bars. I think they're trying to make sure that everybody can see what their life is at.
But again, just in case you are catching us now, we are at SCR 2017 here in Anaheim, California, the Anaheim Convention Center, and we are just getting started with Injustice 2 pools. Now, I obviously implore you as well. Check out everything at SCR this weekend if you can. But we are just getting started.
We are, and we are already seeing a switch from Flash. I'm a little bit surprised. I feel like that loss wasn't due to anything matchup related. It was just due to the fact that he dropped too many combos at Flash, which of course you can never do. You can't do it with any character, especially with Flash. But Black Adam, still a solid pick, one that we see a little bit less of, but
still a really good character. He still does great damage. He still has great tools, a lot of plus frames. He's just slightly toned down, which he kind of needed to be. I mean, when you're doing 600 damage combos mid-screen, there's something needs to be changed.
You say after we just watched Flash.
Right.
Well, he's not doing 600 damage combos. He's doing 800 damage combos, so it's not applicable.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. You caught me.
All right, a nice life lead so far for Tronko. Now, the zoning game is definitely going to be more in Black Adam's favor in this matchup than most other zoners, just because of the angle of the lightning.
Yeah, Tronko so far is doing much better in this match than he did before. However, slowly Reaper is chipping away at his life lead, and that was a beautiful jumping frost arrow, but he didn't get the conversion on it.
Oh wow, that could have been a really big whip
practicing
punish.
4-3s right in each other's faces.
They're like, okay, you dash at me, you dash at me, you dash at me. And that'll be the life bar.
That sleeping gas arrow.
It feels like we're definitely seeing him try to zone as much as possible, but hey, corner pressure is still really good for Black Adam. Oh, he tried to whiff punish it, but too early.
Okay, here we go. Damage coming out. Nope.
Man,
Flash.
I chunked that one.
This surprises you.
There's so much space for Tronko to walk back. Not gonna be able to get a conversion. Of course,
I like that he's using the lightning ball bomb.
That's true. You almost never see that. Oh, good conversion, getting almost maximum damage dropped. But still, that's just going to further that life lead. And Chip is almost definitely going to be able to win this for him. Trait, I mean, how do you escape that?
Yeah,
there's really no
the one thing I will say about Trait, though, is Tronko generally didn't use it at all to kind of thwart any pressure from Green Arrow, even though the match took place full screen. But at the end there, he even saved it just to use it as a string cancel, which he could have just used for raw pressure. So I'm interested to know if he's going to do that again in that situation.
Black Adam.
Right, and ooh, we are seeing another switch, this time to Starfire. Right. So Starfire was first competitively actually just allowed. She was completely banned until the IPS finals. It was only last weekend. We only saw one pick of her that entire tournament.
That was Samij against Fox.
Right, and it just didn't work out for him. So I'm really excited to see if we have any Starfire picks today. That was a great punish. Into max damage. You very rarely see back to 3 as an ender anymore.
Still is his highest damage ender.
Ooh, catching him moving. And we are seeing a very aggressive Starfire play right now. She's generally considered one of the best zoners, but we're just seeing Rushdown.
Well, that's because her zoning tools are just incredibly good, but this is ridiculous.
You wouldn't know that she can zone watching this match. Reaper has just gone all in with the aggro. It doesn't seem like TronKoxx very used to that kind of pressure, but like we said, she wasn't even competitively available until literally this week.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people have claimed to have pocket Starfires, but we just really haven't seen any. Like, even when I've watched casuals, I just haven't really seen anyone who's playing Starfire.
Oh, what a great way to avoid the meter burn lightning. That was actually a punish on it. Wow, come over the trait with the flip. And I have also never seen so much usage of her flight.
Her flight? Yeah.
I don't even know what to call it. Her charge, her air charge. It's a lot like Hawk Girls from 1. It's definitely not safe, though, but it's getting so much mileage for
He
Reaper.
is just going absolutely ham all over the place.
This is not at all the Starfire that we're used to seeing.
I was not expecting this. When he picked Starfire, I was thinking about something completely different.
Was that a
Wait
teabag?
a second.
I don't even know. Or was he just buffering? Right now, there were so many good ways for him to get guaranteed chip. He's out of meter, but it's going to be tough. Trump going to make it back, and just the laser.
Going to do it. Wow, Reaper with a nutty Starfire.
Starfire wins.
That was not what I expected to see the first Starfire win of competitive Injustice 2.
Yeah.
I expected to see, I mean, there was not a single straight projectile. There was, I think, only one single one of the pop rocks.
I think 1 or 2.
And only like 2 uses of trait. We'll see if it happens again. All right, not blocking. I think he was trying to punish. That's kind of the mind game there. If you try to punish the first charge, she can meter burn it, and then that'll catch you, I don't know, swinging. But this is not ending the same way right now.
No, not at all. And TronKoxx, again, getting a grip on things. Seems like it takes him a game to adjust, but I mean, he has adjusted very well. There we go. Reaper's patented Starfire pressure, I guess.
TronKoxx really needs to beware of the second hit of that string. It's an overhead. There are no low options after that. You can't even stagger it. But wow, unblocked! Caught him swinging. That's going to be a lot of damage. Still 400.
Yeah, that was actually meterless. Nice block. Goes for the overhead, gets checked. Again, down 1 into EX Palpatine. And this is looking very grim for, wow, Reaper. I didn't even mean to do that. And there it is. The trait ball is going to take it. So it's now tied 2-2.
That was a very nice adaptation.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw TronKoxx get overwhelmed that first game.
And I think that's exactly what happened. He was like, okay, his mindset was, I see Starfire, I'm ready for the zone, and the zone never came.
But now he's a little bit more ready. I like that. He's backing up, he's trying to whip punish the strings, and look how much damage he gets off at 400 meterless.
That would have been such a cool conversion.
I think he thought he was on the other side, and he got just forward too. Or maybe he was a little bit too early on it. Regardless, it's going to be huge damage. Can he still use the background bounce? Oh, he tried. I do have to say, amazing usage of the background bounce from TronKoxx. He's got so much damage and been able to save so much meter from it.
He's doing a really good job of neutralizing the Krayzie that's coming out of Reaper. And honestly, this again is another game where he has a huge life lead.
I like the fact that he didn't even try to jab punish. He just activated trait. He was like, I don't care. I'm not even going to drop this. There's no way I'm letting this happen.
And now we are starting to see the Starfire play that we were expecting from the beginning.
Ooh, nice down 1. Starfire does have one of the best down 1s in the game. They did nerf it though, so you can no longer get a background bounce off of it.
Oh, speaking of background bounce,
whiff on it.
What a forward 1 check.
Feeling starstruck?
You're unworthy.
Damn. Man, Black Adam is so rude. That's why I love this character.
It just matches your personality.
I'm a nice guy.
Questionable. All right, nice charge to get out of the corner. It does switch sides, which is always an advantage when you're stuck in the corner like that.
That should be a punish.
Oh. He tried. That was a very awkward angle that you punish that if you're trying to punch it out of the air.
And we saw the EX hair flip. That is her best wake up. It is safe if meter is burned. Armor back 3 block. Nice jump. Neutral. He's going to get the combo.
And this should be it, assuming no drop. And of course there's a drop. Trait's not quite available to get that guaranteed chip out, but this should be it.
And there it is. So it is going to be TronKoxx with beautiful adaptations against Reaper, although we did see a very interesting style of play from that Starfire. That is not what I expected when that character popped up.
I think that's also not what Tronko expected, because he was so overwhelmed.
He was just like, what the hell is going on?
He's like, what is this? Rush down Starfire? Like, no projectiles? But he's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to play patient myself. I'm going to stop this. There's a reason why she generally is seen mostly as a zoner. Not because she's bad at rush down, but because
because she has great zoning tools. That's why.
So, I mean, you got to take advantage of your character's strengths. There's no reason not to. I mean, you know, we don't see we don't see dead shots purely rushing down. Even though he can.
I mean,
he can. There's no questioning that. But
I get it.
You don't see it because that's not the way that you want to play the character. If you want to play a pure rushdown character, go play Flash, you know? But, I mean, regardless, it was still a really good showing by both of those players. It was a really nice Starfire showing, actually. Again, that was the first technical game that we've seen won by Starfire.
Right. In the competitive aspect in the IPS, and now outside of the IPS, that is correct. We only saw Starfire one time ever picked, and that was simply because she was made legal for the first time last week, and that was by Samij, and unfortunately for Starfire and Samij, he lost that round. So
okay, so which top player do you want to see play Starfire the most? They might not be a player that actually plays Starfire, but you would like to see them play Starfire.
Which player would I like to see play Starfire the most? Tekken Master.
Tekken Master Starfire.
I would really like to see Tekken Master and the way that he would utilize that character, because that's kind of what he's done in the past, right? Like he'll take a character and kind of change the way the template works with that character, which is really interesting because he has a very unique take on the game, and we see that in his Brainiac as well. So I think watching him play Starfire would be really cool. Plus, I'm a fan of Tekken Master. So.
Yeah, I love watching him play everybody. Of course, he started with Dr. Fate last week. That was a cool surprise.
And I was like, man, he's got to be hiding something under his sleeve, because I don't know if he can do it with just Atrocitus, and especially Brainiac, who has some troublesome matchups. And sure enough, he pulls out Dr. Fate in the Batman matchup against King. It worked.
It worked. That was actually one of the most ridiculous counter pick cycles that we've ever seen.
But that was so important for him to win that game, because if he didn't, then he was kind of up a creek, if you will.
Oh, okay, so this next matchup is going to be very, very cool. So it's going to be a very heavy, it's going to be a rushdown matchup. There's going to be no zoning, because this is Evil Presence right now, wearing the mask. He is a SoCal player. One of the better Scarecrows that I've seen, a very good Scarecrow player. He could have changed by now. I could be totally wrong, all right? But he did play Scarecrow for sure. Now, his opponent on the other side is going to be EGP Krayzie. Krayzie, been playing Catwoman. He does have a Supergirl on the side. But
he does.
But
I mean, he's an
Catwoman
NRS veteran.
Yeah, he is. Playing ever since forever. I mean, this man has been competitive in NRS games before NRS was a thing, far before that.
Wasn't he competitive in MK versus DC?
Oh yeah, he was great. This man is actually one of the first people that I ever met in the FGC.
Yeah, I think
literally like the furthest person back that I know. He started off the first time I met him. He's like, oh yeah, I'm a top Mortal Kombat vs. DC player, and we were like, what? That's a thing? And I actually just recently found pictures of an offline Mortal Kombat vs. DC tournament that he ran. That we went to, me, Guns Ablaze. There's a few different people that are still around in the community. But he is super OG, one of the founders of Test Your Might.
Wasn't Tom Brady? Tom Brady was a MK vs. DC competitor too. Him and Rio too, right?
Oh yeah. They were far before that, of course. They were very
well,
OG.
obviously, yeah.
But they were very good at that. Tom actually flew out here to West Coast Warzone 3, where he won Mortal Kombat vs. DC.
Interesting.
He came out here literally to play in MK vs. DC and UMK3. That was the first time I think I ever met Tom. That was many, many years ago. So a lot of these guys that are these old Mortal Kombat players have very, very deep roots. Krayzie's one of them. He's been around for 100,000 years.
Yeah, he's been around for a while. He was actually also one of the first people that I met when I came into the scene. I mean, in like the launch of, I remember, MK9 in 2011 is when I met Krayzie. So yeah, he's been around the block. And then going back to Catwoman, he played Catwoman in Injustice 1. Well, first he started off with Ares, and then he went to Catwoman, and then he just stayed Catwoman, and now in Injustice 2, he still just plays Catwoman. I know he has one other character on the side that he kind of practices, but this is mainly the character that he plays the most.
Right, we see some Supergirl from him. He was playing a lot of Supergirl right after the patch dropped. Of course, Supergirl getting a ton of buffs, Catwoman getting some nerfs. So he actually was playing Supergirl far before that, like in the beta.
Right.
And other things. He really likes Supergirl. He tends to like the characters like that. He did secondary Martian Manhunter in Injustice 1, who's a somewhat similar style of character. You know, they're able to zone.
Yeah,
they're
kind
very
of.
mobile. They've got very good normals. They've got a teleport, so they're always a threat everywhere. And very good Oki, especially with like instant air dash cross-ups.
Sure.
So he does like that style of character. I think he's going to be going
Fighters
mainly
approaching
Catwoman,
Arkham
though.
Asylum.
That is his classic. He likes Catwoman a lot in this game. He likes how she plays. And it looks like Evil Presence is going to be going Atrocitus. So
he
look
is
at
not
me
the
already
Scarecrow,
lying.
yeah. I mean,
But
that's multiple times you've done it now.
you can't read him. He's wearing the mask. What can you say?
Oh, what a start. What a classic start for Catwoman.
Maybe the mask made it so that he couldn't see the back three, but how can you not see the Catwoman back three coming? Because it is always going to be happening.
Yep, there we go. Going to be able to at least tie it up here on life. Gets Dexstar out as well. That's huge. Armor back three trying to just break through that shield. No, but getting caught. That's actually a string we don't really get to see too often.
That's true. There are actually a lot of Atrocitus strings that you very rarely see. Most Atrocitus players do stick to maybe 2 or 3 main strings, but he's got a lot of strings with a lot of really good usage.
Okay, simple conversion there. I think he tried to get Dexstar, and luckily he got tagged before Dexstar actually came out, so the cooldown didn't start.
What's raw back three? Okay, so I think that the idea there was a raw back three would have beaten a wake up charge. Just because it is high and back three goes underneath mids.
Yeah. Krayzie is very familiar with this matchup, but I will say he's getting attacked by a lot of raw puddles. Or just puddles in general in the mix-up.
Well, especially with a character like Catwoman who's so based on mobility and specifically walking mobility.
Yeah.
Puddle is such a great tool to stop you from walking. You walk back, you walk forward. Either way, Puddle comes out very fast. Obviously, it's super punishable, especially by Catwoman, but if you're trying to move around, it works. Obviously, we're seeing it happen right now.
Good push block, very good situational awareness to avoid Dexstar completely, but now getting caught. Life is about even, meter also about even. One more bar for Evil Presence, and he's just waking up. Now 4 bars, he has that full stick, and he's gonna clash.
You deflect my rage.
I can't be tamed.
Alright, keeping it even. A lot of meter for Krayzie. And now he's gonna get a chance
9
to spend
lives
it.
to go for me.
You'll bathe in your own blood.
Alright, just spending 2, keeping that 1 bar for a conversion. I think it's a very smart choice, especially when he can get a full combo punish off the Blood Puddle from so far away. Oh,
Okay.
nice knockdown. No roll from Evil Presence. You gotta roll against that. It stops so many setups. It's not a true hard knockdown.
grab.
What? Wake up 4-2 into Blood Puddle.
That's
the
the-
wake up unblockable.
Wow.
And now it's gonna be a tough.
Oh, this is trouble. Nobody drops.
Oh, and the wake up. We very rarely see that as a wake up, even though it's our only true wake up now. Most Catwomen just don't use it, but that was the right read, and that drop at the very end by Evil Presence is just a heartbreaker. I actually can't understand how he's playing with that mask on. I actually don't understand.
And it's, I gotta say, it's a little toasty in here, so. That's gotta be hot.
Plus, he's got the hood up and everything.
Yeah.
What if that's not actually him under there? Maybe that's why he's using the crosses. What if this is just like a ruse? I mean, I don't know if anybody's actually talked to him, made sure that's actually Evil Presence, but that would be the mix-up. Whoever it is, though, they've got to find a little bit of a new plan against Krayzie. Ooh, and down 1 reversal works.
Oh, and the whip actually didn't come out in time. Here we go. Dexstar's coming out.
Ooh, and Krayzie just waiting, backing up.
Okay, back to 3. Wow, just confirmed it into punch float.
Oh, nice conversion. This should be a lot into Oki. Oh, does the strange side switch mix up. Not the one we usually see Samij use, because he has a neutral jump one.
Wow, he just gets caught. The backdash did not leave Krayzie enough time to try to get some sort of a punish there on the punch flow. And wow!
Back 3'd into the blood vomit. Oh, that's going to be punished for sure. I understand that choice right there by Evil Presence. He wanted to just make one heavy, high-risk, high-reward mix-up just because he was at that amount of life where chip was a definite thing, especially with the potential of Cattleman Trade.
Okay, corner pressure. What's Krayzie going to do? He's just going to get down to on Wake Up.
We've seen a lot of Wake Up normals from Evil Presence.
He does have 4 bars.
You just watch me.
He's going to get 25% back here. He does have Dexstar. I don't know if he wants to just pull him out raw, though.
Yeah, you cannot against Catwoman. She has so much whiff punish potential from so far away.
And there it is.
Oh, but a drop as soon as we said it.
Wait, is that the first time the unblockable's been blocked?
Maybe not the unblockable anymore, but all of Dexstar is gone. Evil Presence with not much life. Could have seen the conversion there for the kill. Nice deck, though. Oh, there we go. Not unblockable, or still unblockable. Remains unblockable. He made it back. This is not quite enough time to summon Dexstar, but oh, that's a good catch anyway.
You're not
That was a huge forward 3.
Hear me, woman.
And now Dexstar is ready. Oh, Krayzie was expecting him to summon it raw. He still could, but I don't think it's going to be safe. Krayzie just barely missed the punish the first time, but now Chip is almost going to guarantee that.
Krayzie had such a life lead, too, and it just melted away.
So much of it was him running into the blood vomits. Honestly, I would like to see more of the Whip Trip. Whip Trip is a great option against that just because it's almost like a projectile. It's as close as she's going to get to a projectile.
Does Whip Trip go through Dexstar shield?
It does.
I think it does.
It does. It's not actually a projectile. I meant to say it's a...
No.
Yeah,
I know. I
like,
was just curious. I was thinking about that exchange, and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it goes through.
Oh, and there we go. That was what he tried to do last game. It's going to work out for him this time, but the drop combo means there's going to be plenty of time for Dexstar pressure. He's going to get the conversion. He does. Ooh, that was a lot of damage. Meterless, but Dexstar's gone, and that was a huge risk. Oh, he flew so far away that Krayzie couldn't find the punish.
And again, Krayzie's getting hit by a lot of these puddles and strings.
I really like Krayzie's patience when Dexstar is out, but I think the fact that he's being so patient is an opportunity for Evil Presence to, instead of trying to, check his movement as soon as Dexstar comes out, just go in.
Yeah, just go in. Yeah, and he definitely has that opportunity, especially when Dexstar is out. Raw back 3 at the start of the next life bar for Evil Presence. He finds himself now.
Oh, he tried it himself. Nice side switch combo to use the background bounce. Very smart. And I'm glad he rolled it. Again, see, that was an ambiguous cross-up that didn't happen because of the roll. Wow! The end of that string actually hitting beneath the back 3 from Atrocity.
Wow, and he actually could have done...
Hope you don't mind a few scars.
Could have got really good on clashable damage there. Chose not to. 25% again for Evil Presence.
That should be the life bar. Just go for something simple. That's exactly what he did. He didn't go for the jump 3, just went for the jump 2. Leave it not up to chance. Ooh. Oh, that should be it. Oh, I think he tried to catch that. He just did like a jab. I think that was supposed to be something else. Oh! The wheelchair.
The wheelchair.
Not what Evil Presence expected, but that is what we saw earlier. Krayzie was being so patient every time the Dexstar was out that he was like, okay, you know what? He's not going to challenge me. But Krayzie took the advantage and threw the wheelchair. It's relatively safe. At the very least, you're going to trade, and then it's just going to waste time on Dexstar, right? And at the best, you win. Oh, but we might see the switch back. This is a very interesting matchup because both of these characters have really long-range weapons. The whip versus the chain. They both have really good back 3s and forward 3s. They both control the air very well. Their normals are insanely far. They do tons of damage. It's stylistically a mirror match. Obviously, the characters play very differently, but they share a lot of similarities.
They do.
we are going to see so much from that very far range. The end of jump 2 for both of these characters.
Oh, that command grab just sounds so painful. There we go, Krayzie getting started now. Corner pressure, gets the jump in, doesn't get the conversion.
Oh, that could have been punished, but nice check.
I love that dolphin dive. Such an awesome string.
It is actually a very good string too. It goes both under and over things.
Yeah.
You can high profile things and you can low profile things, but nice use of the interact by Krayzie.
Couldn't low profile that.
No, nothing can low profile that, my friend. Not even Catwoman. And she low profiles life itself. Every time she low profiles something with her back 3, she's just using up one of her 9 lives.
You think so?
Yeah. If you low profile 9 times in a match, she should just like not
She
be able
should be
to
out of
duck
lives by
anything.
this point then.
I mean, overall in tournament history, very much out of lives. Oh, could have been whiff punished again. It's a very weird whiff punish matchup because both of these characters can commit or not commit to their strings, and especially their very far-footed strings.
Krayzie is trying to take control of the match, but then each president comes right back. That was actually a huge whiff. Corner pressure is not where you want to be against Scarecrow. Luckily, Krayzie fighting his way out.
I'll claw my way out.
And the thing is Krayzie has not been afraid to use that wake up with DP.
That's true. He's only used it a few times, but it's been to extreme success.
Yeah.
You honestly tend to forget that Catwoman has that. You see it so rarely for reasons unknown to you. I mean, it's a combo starting wake up. Obviously, it's unsafe, but it's good.
I mean, it's risk versus reward, right?
That's right, and that was a really unfortunate punish. Krayzie taking so much damage just from being within that range. I'm surprised we haven't seen more trait activations from Scarecrow this game. Oh, that's going to catch that. Probably won't quite be enough, but it's going to guarantee the win.
There's nothing.
Yeah, it looked killed in his own combo. He actually tried to back up.
That's got to be the most insulting way to lose, right? When you're doing a combo and then you die, you're like, wait a second.
Yeah, you're like, wait, this was supposed to be my win. There was really nothing he could have done. I trying to think, maybe jump back whip to keep him away and then try to whip trip him and hope he never teleports ever.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's going to make it 2-2. It looks like the switch to Scarecrow worked pretty well. I wouldn't be surprised if we did end up seeing more trade activations. I think towards the end he started to realize, oh yeah, this is something that's going to work really well against Catwoman.
Well, because again, with a character that doesn't have projectiles, like we talked about whip trip is almost like a projectile, she has to get in, and when that trade is active, she's taking damage.
Even when she's comboed. And the total of the trade, wow, a trade, that was not even bad for Catwoman. But the total of his trade is like 20 to 30% of your life. So if you're comboing him the entire time, you're not really losing that much on that situation.
Right. But a sizable life lead coming in for Krayzie now as he continues his pressure in the corner here. Trying to use plus range to his advantage.
One more mix-up, and the forward
a huge forward 3.
That was a heavy read, because that is not safe at all from that range, especially against Catwoman. He made the hard read. He had to close out that life bar. What? Raw cat dash. Krayzie willing to make the hard reads, too.
We're doing some pretty crazy stuff today. And I didn't mean...
It happens no matter what. Wow, he actually cat dodged the down 1.
You're trapped, Catwoman.
Never back me into a corner.
That is exactly what his goal is, to back her into the corner. That's exactly what he's going to do. Well, I think he's trying to find an opportunity to call trait. That would be a really good way to even this up. Oh, the fake out. Wow, that caught so high up in there, and he still
nice
got the conversion.
That was a cool conversion.
Oh, that should be a big whip punish. No, use the wrong normal.
Plus frames. Oh, what a beautiful cat dodge.
To get out of the plus frames, that was genius. He's gonna get the whip punish on the 4-3. And now just a little bit more life. This should be it. No
there
doubt.
it is, Krayzie. Getting taken to the very last game, last life bar though. That was a very good game by Evil Presence.
It was. Interesting to see his switch to Atrocitus. His Scarecrow was doing a lot of work. It was just a few times, especially that last read by Krayzie. I think, honestly, if Krayzie had not made that hard read, got out of the pressure with the cat dodge, what a hard read. That would have been very potentially it for him. He would have been able to bring it back, get the pressure, can keep it going. He had a good amount of meter, so he didn't really have to worry about that. But that was, I love that cat dodge to get out of pressure, because that move is plus, what, 6?
Yeah, that was...
It was a read.
That was a
tech.
really, really good read, and a great option as well, I will say, that he chose to have.
Yeah, you just almost always see mid options after that. I really want to know, actually, if she does the cat dodge, if it avoids the command throw. That would be my real question.
Ooh, let's say, doesn't it evade normal throws?
I have no idea. I've never seen somebody cat dodge into a throw. I mean, you 99.99% of the time you see it to avoid projectiles.
Projectiles, right?
So I just don't know. Obviously, you see a lot of down ones. You see a lot of like stand twos after that, or even just like more blasts, which is exactly what he avoided the first hit of Fear Blast. But I don't know about the throw. If it does avoid throw, that's a real get out of jail free situation. I mean, that forces him to start using his low after the plus frames, and then I think you can interrupt with down one after that, or just jump out, which really is going to make him fear it.
What's important is it gives you options.
Yeah.
Especially if you establish that, But, I mean, overall, really well played to both players, but it is crazy it's going to be moving on the winner side of things. And speaking of winner side of things, it looks like we do have, I think that's Marine. I can't see from here. I'm pretty sure it is going to be Marine coming up. Yep.
Against Alcatraz, it looks like. So that
Alcatraz.
Yeah, that should be good. It showed that Alcatraz in the bracket lost, and I was really confused for a second because I was like, "Oh, Alcatraz lost first round," but it was a little mistake. So Alcatraz coming in. A lot of the OD boys here this weekend.
Yes, we have 2 easy here. Yeah,
2 easy.
Yeah, 2 easies here. And then we have
Alcatraz was here. Alcatraz is here.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Full Auto. I don't know if he's here, but I
also
haven't had a
not sure
chance to see everybody this weekend. Everybody got in today, this morning. Everything started really quick.
Right.
So, yeah, there are a lot of people out there that I don't even know.
I mean, the pools did start on time, so.
Yeah. Everything was right at 10 o'clock. But Marine making it this far into winners. He is SoCal's resident Flash player. You can see him with the shirt. He is one of those people who is a 100% loyalist. Now, he has been playing Flash since the very beginning of time, and he has not dropped him, despite the fact that there are so many tough matchups for Flash in SoCal. He's been willing to grind through them. Now he's a very consistent top 3 placer at Wednesday night fights, just because he's good at his bad matchups. We did see him make it out of...
That's so important to talk about too, right? Because we have there's a lot of players out there that think that they have to have a secondary, and while having a secondary is a fantastic option, we often see amazing character loyalists play through those bad matchups in ways that you didn't think were possible, and that's what's so special about character loyalists overall.
And can I just say, this haircut makes it look like it's very difficult to put on headphones. That's definitely got to be the one downside. He tried to put on the normal headphones. It wasn't working out. He had to go with the Beats, a little bit smaller. But I do have to say, about this matchup, we saw
That's
Marine,
actually kind of hilarious.
It looks like it's going to fall off. It's actually kind of like stressing me out right here. But we did see Marine at EVO make it out of pools in winners. And the person that he beat to make it out of pools was Newbie, playing Cheetah. Now, Alcatraz is known to play Cheetah. Of course, Alcatraz plays, just like all the rest of the OD boys, quite a few characters. Yeah. Actually, right now he's Gravity. Alcatraz, of course, OD is just like a crew of people, not necessarily
It's a crew. It's not. It's not like a clan or. And actually, I believe they get upset when you call it a clan. It's like you said. It's like their crew.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are sponsored by.
Each one is sponsored by different people,
different organizations. So I mean, that's really neat as well. In order to get. It's impressive that all 4. Wow, I'm just not speaking English right now. It's cool that all of them got different organizations to be interested in them and were successful in their own ways. That's what I was trying to say. My goodness.
Right.
Forgive me.
I'm not sure if a tie as a team, but I
think
feel like he must.
Does.
I don't know. I feel like I only see him every once in a while, but I don't know. I can't think of that.
I know he's
right
wearing
out there.
a jersey.
I see him.
He was wearing a jersey out there.
Okay. Yeah, I do see him wearing a jersey, but I don't know why I'm blanking on that. But yeah, I do know Too Easy is in STDX.
Yep, Set to Destroy X.
Now we have Alcatraz and Gravity. Yep. Full Auto, I think, was just picked up by BXA. I want to say BXA. Everybody's going to come out. Like 90% of my information right now is going to be wrong. I'm just I'm trying to remember
You're just
as best as
spitballing.
possible.
I respect it.
Yeah, I'm trying. But Yeah, they've all got teams, and Alcatraz is here already foreign winners.
Man, this is a really comfortable couch, by the way.
I absolutely agree. It's very nice compared to a stool. We've got a nice set here. We've got, of course, all this all these SoCal Regionals items. We've got the HyperX hat chilling over here.
Yeah,
this
I might steal that.
beautiful Jason's Customs stick. It's one of the Panzer ones, right? Yeah, it's a Panzer
really
3.
nice stick. I'm probably going to steal that too.
All right, so it looks like they may have started. Is this the actual match? It is the actual match. So here we go. We are going to see Alcatraz on the left, starting off with Cheetah. Marine on the right, of course, sticking with Flash. His tried and true. This is going to be a big punish. This is so much damage. Will he land the full thing? No,
he will not.
You cannot drop combos as Flash. That is absolute death.
But really, so I love the one thing I do love about the way Marine is playing right now is he's very patient. Again, when I see someone, for instance, Hayatei is a perfect example as well. Someone that plays a rushdown character, but has a lot of patience is just so enthralling to me to watch.
You have to, as a rushdown player, especially in Injustice 2, you have to have absolute maximum patience or you're donezo. All right, so Alcatraz actually plugged his headphones directly into the controller.
Right.
So he is taken the sound away from us and given it to only him. That is extremely
That's pretty
greedy.
selfish.
He is taken away from every single person out there watching this stream, but he can hear it. He can hear all the could be lines from Flash.
As long as he can hear it, right? That's all that matters. Wow, and that back three actually went kind of under that string.
Oh, and the double forward three. We're going to see the class. So what are they going to say? He's definitely going to be like, I'm fast. And she's going to be like, I like to hunt. It's definitely going to be some version of both of those lines. That's all these two say.
Jesus. Spending, was that 3 bars? Oh, no, excuse me. You spent 1 bar. I am blind. This is really weird without game sound.
It is. It just goes to show the sound design. That is definitely unclashable, guaranteed. Very nice by Marine. We are seeing, a little bit of a switch in buttons. Looks like something may not have been right. It looks like that was, actually can't see who that was. Oh, that was Alcatraz. Let's see on the bottom right. So, I guess they're going to keep going with with only Alcatraz getting sound. Unfair.
I think it's time for us to use sound effects. You know, I think it's time for us to do that thing we always talk about where we wanted to be sound effects guys.
Oh yeah, that was our true career path. Before anything, we wanted to, with our own voices, make the sound effects for these video games. That is not at all. I don't think we've ever had the discussion.
We definitely did.
It is not real.
But here we go.
All right, they're going into Atlantis. There has been a stage switch. There's still a background bounce, although we're not going to see it, I don't think, from really either of these characters very much. And right now, Alcatraz just flipping over Marine.
Yeah, Alcatraz is going all over the place, and he's actually smothering Marine really well here. Gets a little bit of a conversion, drops the combo.
Oh, he tried to down 2, but it got stuffed by the jump 1. Not quite fast enough. Ooh, jumps over the sweep, and this should definitely be death. He didn't even need to use the trait right here. Oh,
wow, and he drops another combo. Man, SCR so far has been notorious for, oh, there we go. Ooh, we have sound.
Suddenly, we can hear them.
But today we've seen a lot of combo drops.
We have.
A lot.
We actually haven't seen
more
a full
than normal,
Flash combo today.
At last, true speed.
Eat my dust.
All right, that was not at all what I expected her to say. Actually, I don't understand why she likes speed so much. I'm surprised that there's a unique dialogue between Cheetah and Flash.
Yeah. I'm sure there's got to be an interaction somewhere out there that we don't know about.
And of course, Cheetah being a power character means she gets to throw away those interactables. Flash can just jump off of them all day, so you're definitely going to see them get eliminated. Oh, nice, goes for the command grab out of the air. Again, but it's not that much damage, so a lot of meter gone, where Alcatraz is still within potentially 1 hit of death. Oh, and that could have been it. No, what an unfortunate drop again and again. Wow, we have not seen a full combo from Marine. Can he at least finish this off? He should be able to do something relatively simple, getting so many openings, but not able to finish out a full combo.
The Flash wins.
Yeah, this has been a very sloppy day as far as combo play is concerned, and I mean that in the most honest way possible. It's just There's been a lot of combo drops from a lot of good players.
Yeah,
In fact, like almost every like Dab had even dropped some combo. Like everyone has been just guilty of it so far.
it's true, especially the SoCal boys. I have a feeling that the SoCal guys went out last night, had some fun, maybe didn't practice quite enough, but we. Oh, whoa! Is this real? Oh, I was really excited. I was really excited for a moment. We saw the potential Grodd pick. I hope it happens again, but I'm getting a feeling it's a no-go.
Grodd is such a cool character, and I feel like he's much better than people think he is.
Yeah, especially against characters that don't really have any kind of unchallengeable footsie tools,
right?
Like Robin or Aquaman. So Flash against Grodd could be. I mean,
does he have problem
matchup?
matchups? Absolutely, but I just think like people aren't spending enough time maybe with the character because there's a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, it's just he's such an execution monster.
It's another weapon
you need to 100% hit everything because if you drop, you actually get punished a lot of the time. As Grodd. So once somebody, we've seen a few people.
It's almost like a run cancel character, right? Like if you mess up one of your run cancels, you're gonna get punished. And Grodd he falls into that category, but the reward. It is more difficult, but the reward that you get for being able to pull that off is just. First of all, it's cool as hell, right? Because it's Grodd and his pressure looks really great. But also, he hits like a gorilla, like a giant gorilla.
Well, yeah. I think it's literally what he is. But it is accurate.
So his damage really hard.
is huge. He has the highest meterless damage in the entire game, which, it makes sense. You just got to have the execution for it. But, I don't think we're going to see that character. We're going to go back to Cheetah. And I think a really big part of this so far is that we haven't seen any really good trait activations from Alcatraz. Because, Cheetah generally not a huge damage character. But when she gets trait out, she becomes second only to Flash, who's obviously who we're seeing right now. But without it, how many times does Cheetah have to hit Flash to even up the damage of one single combo? Even though we haven't seen
without
the full
trait,
combos.
quite a few times.
Right, quite a few. So. You can get a few launches into command grab combos, but those even still don't do quite enough. So I would really love to see some opportunities where Alcatraz activates trait, tries to take advantage of it. I don't think there are a lot of situations where he's going to get punished from full screen for activating it just because he is fighting against Flash, and not somebody who's getting that great projectiles or some sort of huge whiff punish move. Oh, and there we go. We see the trait. Oh, but he gets counter poked. Again, we are just not seeing the conversions that we need from Marine. He's doing well, but...
No, the spacing is there, and the buttons are there. Like, again, I don't understand what's going on.
It is just not... Okay, I'm going to give $1 to whoever can finish the first full Flash combo today, because we have not seen a single one from 2 Flash players. Regardless, though, Marine is finding a way to win this. He has the life lead. He's had the life lead going to the second life bar every single game. He's up 2 games to 0 right now, and yet he hasn't finished a single combo, trait or non-trait.
Goddess will be pleased.
It's definitely very odd. And I also want to point out that Alcatraz, again, being part of the OD crew, they have multiple characters that they pick, and he has just stuck it out all the way with Cheetah.
He's generally the Cheetah loyal. You do see him counterpick sometimes, but overall, I think he's just not afraid of this matchup.
Well, he's doing a really great job now. Activates trait, huge damage, could be potentially on the board. Can he land a clean hit?
Again, gets down 2, Flash with a huge down 2, but dropping the combo. Unsurprising. It's not even surprising him. Wow, but did he actually block that cross up? That would have been nice.
Nice armor back 3.
Oh, nice. Goes into the command grab reset.
What?
What? I have never seen that in my entire life. What was that? Was that on hit?
Begin.
That was... He got hit, right?
That was on hit.
Yeah, he got hit.
I have never, ever seen that. The third hit completely
I'm not saying that was opportunity for Marine, but that was a pretty big opportunity for Marine if that would have landed.
Definitely. That is one of its strongest combo starters, actually. Yeah. So that would have been really big if he'd been able to meter burn it. Even if it didn't meter burn
and
it,
you can kind of see the little grimace on Marine's face. He just went right back in. He's like, I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta take it. Just take it. Oh, this is gonna be big. Can he land it? $1 up for grabs. Every hit is about 1 cent. All right, you know what? That was enough. That was enough. He decided not to.
It was a simple combo. Yeah.
It was 100% guaranteed the end of where he wanted to end that, and that is exactly why. So he can get the Oki, he can keep the pressure going, and take that first life.
Here's to a speedy recovery.
Oh, that down two was way too early, and now Marine's the one in the corner. Oh, the sweep's not quite enough to chip.
Again, every second that life bar is still in play for Marine is bad for Alcatraz, but he does close it out.
Oh, Marine just walking back, avoiding everything. Nice air-to-air. That should be pretty solid damage into a mix-up. Oh, but the wake-up. That was one of the first times that we've seen Alcatraz actually wake up in the set.
Sweep. We've seen that quite a bit. Alcatraz using that very well, spacing it pretty nicely. And here we go. Is he going to finish?
Is that fear I smell?
You smell my boot smoking.
Whoa.
I think he needs new boots.
And that was actually a combo that was not dropped, but broken.
Right.
So we'll give that one to Marine.
See? Fastest man alive.
I'll flay you for the goddess.
Skating that fast.
Marine giving a little bit of life back. 15%, but he's still got a bar, 2 combo. All he needs to do is land a single hit, and Alcatraz could potentially do the same, but it's not going to be every single hit that she has. That's one of the issues is without meter, she doesn't have a bunch of break conversions exactly like that. That was the maximum, complete maximum damage that Alcatraz was going to be able to get. Oh no, what a drop from Marine. And this should be it. Can he follow it up? If he drops this and loses the game, he's disowned. Oh no!
He didn't lose, but my goodness,
Oh,
he dropped it.
He's only half disowned. He's gonna have to change his name. Dropping the game-winning combo like that after dropping everything else.
I mean, it's very possible that he could have lost because of that.
If there was a wake-up from Cheetah right there, I think that would have been it. That would have been game. And that's all we needed to see, but the neutral jump one, it worked.
Yeah.
Wow, well, I'm really surprised that Marine managed to win with dropping so many combos. I mean, both players played very well, but Marine, that was just, I mean, he's a friend of mine, so I'm going to be honest when I'm saying that was very bad execution.
No,
it's exactly what we saw from Cheeko earlier.
I've been saying it for everyone that's competed so far, without just being disrespectful and just being honest. Like, everyone has been playing pretty poorly on the execution side of things.
Not everybody.
Not everybody,
like,
but
for instance, like in the last match, we saw almost no drops. Krayzie against Evil Presence.
No, but even before that, Krayzie was dropping things that we normally didn't see. There was actually more than 2 instances where Krayzie had dropped combo.
Okay.
I
But
promise.
overall, not too many extras. Still, that match was a definite. I mean, we didn't see any drops
There's
as far
been
as
some-
I know from Alcatraz. And the other weird thing is, for instance, Marine's like movement and his whiff punishing and his pressure. None of that looked sloppy. It was all looking very solid, which is obviously why he got so many openings. But when it came down to combo time, it was just like no. It was a no go.
It was just bad. I mean, it was just not. It's not the Marine that we normally see. I mean, again, we get to see him play in Wednesday Night Fights all the time. He's very consistent, making top 3 multiple times. He's almost a shoo-in at this point, and that is not how he plays.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's not how
he combos. That's not
he
how
executions.
Yeah,
it's not how he executions. His play was fine as far as opening up and finding the openings, but man, his combo execution was just not good today.
I don't know.
Cheetah.
It happens, but it looks like our
Bang.
next players are
Thunder's
up. Actually,
approaching
can't
right
see who they are.
now.
Oh, okay. So
El BioHazard.
BioHazard against RevetLeafing. So we are probably going
to
to
me.
be seeing another Cheetah. This is a very weird match. Bane against Cheetah is definitely one of the weirder matchups in the entire game. So we have gone 3 matches in a row without seeing a projectile. Unless Bio decides to switch and go to Harley or Deadshot, we will go 3
That's
matches
kinda cool.
in a row. That is
Considering this
unheard
was
of.
considered a very considering wow.
Yeah,
all
because
over
I
the
mean,
place.
we see lots of projectiles. Obviously, it's a very projectile-based game.
But that's what I was about to say. It's such a zoning-based game, right? But not really, because we've seen a lot of rushdown characters recently, and even just in the Pro Series, I felt like it wasn't as zone-heavy as people thought it was going to be, which was a very pleasant surprise.
I think it's all started from the Rushdown Starfire. That's really where it
Yeah.
started, right? You're like,
For today, at least, yeah.
it just set the base for all of today.
That's
It's
where
like,
everything
it's like,
changed.
Oh, we're going to see some zoning, and then it's like, no, we're not going to see any zoning, and then it just keeps going. So hopefully they set up some more interesting matchups like this, especially just seeing Cheetah in general. Cheetah's always very fun to watch. Now, Revet is considered one of the better Cheetahs in the entire world. Now, he is
the world,
of course, yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
And he is twin to Young Monster, who is also here. Young Monster, who plays Wonder Woman. These two play almost entirely online. Offline, they very rarely make an appearance. They are somewhere from this area, though, so it's very nice to see them come out and see how they end up doing. They do compete.
A really interesting and cool name, RevetLeafing.
I don't know what it means, but it's very unique. It's very different than Young Monster. So, and then of course BioHazard, with his slew of characters. In my opinion, BioHazard has one of the most solid sets of characters.
I could not agree with you anymore.
I'm the goddess's new champion.
We are both gods of battle.
Let me welcome you properly.
I wouldn't just say sets of characters, but I think he's one of the best mindsets when it comes to counterpicking, because he, although there might be some better characters he can technically use in those slots, he knows who he's picking against everybody else. Yeah. You never look at BioHazard and think,
but he
doesn't know who to go. You never think that.
But he also just has a very good set of characters.
That's true
as well.
Yeah, a great combo of all of those things.
And, this is going to hurt big time.
It did. He kept it completely meterless, and it still did so much damage.
Venom debuff, still finds a hit. He's not really going to be doing any damage here, but he's going to take
quite
a bit.
That 572 damage. So much, and he
what an anti-aircraft
of the lead.
Receive no mercy.
Totally ready
Get
for
your
that.
ass at it.
Wow. And Bane is one of the few characters that still has an anti-air throw. No, very few characters in the game still have that. You saw a lot more of it in Injustice 1. You saw it from Doomsday. You saw it from Grundy. A lot of characters that are just gone. They're not here anymore. But Bane, he got it left over. It's a great knockdown. It's a great anti-air, which is exactly why he's in that situation. Cheetah is so hard to anti-air.
Oh, he's just running away.
Whoa, he's
like, I'm out of here.
What is this strange full-screen mobility that we're seeing? Revet just trying to build a little bit of meter. Oh no, he's actually at full now. I think he's trying to make Bio make a mistake because right now he doesn't have the life lead. There we go. Gets an opening in the corner. This is going to be very dangerous. What's the mix-up? Nothing, because he's getting woke up.
Oh man, and this is where it becomes very problematic.
You do know how to hunt.
I am a son of Piñaduro.
25% back.
I feel like that almost doesn't even matter against Bane. At this point, anything that Bane lands, if he confirms it well, which Bio will undoubtedly do, will be dead. Oh, I say that, of course, it's just a weird little clip, and that's going to be so much damage. One more hit could do it. Had he actually used all of his trade, I think that would have been dead.
Oh, wait a second, an opportunity.
Oh, and the charge guaranteed chip out. I think if Revet had expected that, he could have potentially jumped, could have potentially maybe even leaped over him, but at that point it's going to be very hard to escape. You know, the uppercut chip, charge chip, there are a lot of different options from Bane, and it did end up relatively close. I loved seeing that combo early in the game.
Really chewing that gum.
We saw that from Syndicate
How
earlier
did
today.
you become this hideous?
That's some intense chewing.
Okay.
Touche, I suppose.
Begin.
One armor through, and I think that might have actually still been a punish.
Oh, catch the backdash. Going for more Bane bombs.
Anti-air. That's not something we usually see as an A. I don't actually know what that was. I don't know what that move was. I'm not gonna lie. That meter burn
The
stop.
backbreaker?
Yeah, where you stepped on their back.
Backstop?
What was that the meter burn to? I actually
I think that's a meter burn to a string or a normal.
I mean, maybe. I'm surprised.
I've seen him use it before to close out life bars. But
Maybe I'm just really dumb.
At least make it interesting.
Do not insult me.
BioHazard has a disgusting lead.
He does, and I mean, against Bane, you never really have a lead, so when he has a lead, it's like a double.
Yeah.
It's just going to keep going further and further. Still so much time on trade.
Oh,
Sweat!
he avoided it.
Oh, he tried to anti-air grab. Still, oh, this damage. Nice knockdown. What's the mix-up? Oh, he tried to make the backdash, and he did actually sort of catch something. Not able to get the follow-up.
Oh my goodness, and that is just about going to do it.
Charge chip for the second game in a row is enough to close it out.
Bane wins.
Revet does play other characters, but I'm just not sure if he's really going to want to go for it. Would you know that him and Young Monster both play each other's characters? They're very much, they practice together. They know a lot of stuff. They lab together. So they learn the characters together, essentially. But it does look like he's going to stick with Cheetah. It was close the first game. It didn't work out at all the second. That was very dangerous. He's going to have to change something up.
Your challenge surprised me, Cheetah.
I hunt the most dangerous game.
Pray you do not catch me.
Begin.
Ooh.
That is so
And then he
much
just
true,
gets
though.
swept.
Yeah.
At the beginning round.
You're not catching me.
He
Ow.
trips.
that was me. All right, so they're both power characters on the stage where there's going to be a lot of unblockable interactables. I'm not sure who's going to be able to use it better. Probably Cheetah, because she will be able to run away a little bit stronger, but of course there's always the fear of armoring through it exactly like that with charge, getting the full punish.
Beautiful timing, Evan. And here we go, more Bane bombs.
Beautiful timing from BioHazard, knowing exactly how to counter these situations. Goes into the tick throw, and all these conversions, Revet is just getting his back broken. Oh, and again, Sweep and Tire. It's working very well against Bane in particular. Another
There we go, Venom activated.
Oh, it's the raw command grab. It's always a mix-up between command grab and tick throw, or even just 2 hits in a row, but 4 command grabs in a row,
He
it
is
looks
just
like.
grabbing his way to victory.
And one more hit is gonna do it. Revet going out unable to
disgusting.
clash. Full bar, didn't even try to super or anything. Just crushed under the pressure of Bane. Bio making the correct call right there, knowing that, you know what, Cheetah has to fight close up to me, has to try to play the same game that I play, but I've got armor, so I don't care. And that's, it worked.
Yeah, man, that was gross. Like, he just manhandled it.
He didn't give Revet
Literally
a chance to
manhandled.
play.
No, he didn't. Not in the last game, at least. I mean,
The first game was close,
Revet was,
then the next 2
yeah,
were,
the first game was
ouch.
definitely competitive, and then I feel like once BioHazard kind of got the read on him, that's when everything started to really go downhill.
Yeah, he started realizing what his wake-up patterns were, and that's why we saw him land Oki into Oki, into
Right.
Oki, into Oki. And, he was reading the backdashes. He was knowing exactly when to tick throw. He would do, 4 command grabs in a row. There was no fear there. Bio showing why he is the Bane God. And he's going to move further on.
The Bane God Lord and his brother is the Flash God Lord.
Bane
right?
God Lord doesn't sound nearly as
It
good.
doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, I'm just stretching.
I know.
at
We're
this
going to
point.
have to figure out what his thing is.
The-
Honestly, Flash God Lord, that is the silliest title of all time.
It
We
really
can't lie.
is. And I think was that KP that started it? I don't know who started it.
I don't know.
KP is here, by the way. Shoutouts to him.
I actually played, like you said earlier, played against Bio in the very first round of the tournament. Such a tough first round matchup. That is just unfortunate. There are some, of course, matches going off stream. Right now we're just playing pools 1 through 4. We're getting close to the end of them, but there were some other things that happened off stream. Dab, I know, did beat DJT.
He did, yes.
I would have loved to see what that actual character matchup was. Both
Right.
of those players, especially
Denzel,
just both of them.
Denzel said that he's mostly going to be playing Green Lantern this tournament.
Okay,
when I spoke
understandable.
to him, and then Dab probably playing Red Hood. But here we go, Marine back up, and he is going to be going up against Dragon. And the one thing that I have to say more than anything right now, more than anything, Marine, if you are listening to me, which I know you're not because you can't hear me, you cannot drop combos the way you were against Dragon. He will punish you every single time for it, and you will regret every decision afterwards.
Fighters
You
approaching
need
Gotham City.
absolute maximum damage against Dragon, because Dragon is extremely optimal. He never misses a situation to punish, to take damage. He will, even if you just drop, he's going to
No,
get
and that's
out
the
of the
thing.
Oki.
He's gonna make him pay. If he's not able to complete his combos, that's a really bad look just at the start of the match.
Agreed, and this is actually the winners finals match of this pool to see who makes it into the top 16. The Dragon, not really a huge surprise to be able to make out of this pool, but his first round match of the entire day
Was
Slayer.
yeah.
So he started off with one of the toughest matchups that he's going to run into this entire tournament. managed to win. I mean, that's got to be a great way to start off, right? After that, everything's got to feel easy.
Right.
And Slayer is still in the loser's bracket in this pool.
Begin.
Looks like he's going to be playing against Hara's Armor right now. Another great play. But here we go. We're going to see Flash against the Aquaman. This is a matchup that we did, of course, see at EVO. In fact, we did also see it at the IPS final.
We
this
did.
Is a matchup that we're tending to see a lot.
However, it was so for Dragon. It's 1-1. He was able to beat. I was going to say Flash Copper. My goodness, Honeybee with Aquaman to win EVO, and then at the IPS finals, Honeybee got his run back, I believe.
No, I believe Dragon won both of those.
Was it both of those?
I think he did win both of those, but I'm not 100% sure. Could be wrong. Yeah, no, he totally did because Dragon at IPS finals was double A into Gross.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. It was gross. My mistake.
All right, so
man, I was there. I'm pretty sure I commentated on those matches.
Well, maybe that was the problem. You weren't watching them. You just commentated. But Dragon obviously has a very solid hold on this matchup. Look at him right now.
Yeah,
150% life lead. I mean, that's still only maybe 2 Flash combos, but but that's the problem. That's actually
Water of
punishable.
Life is a huge issue.
You cannot. Well, that's just a huge issue in general because it's actually completely punishable on block. Now, normally you don't even see the kick, the lightning kick on block, the full hits, because it only happens if it's on hit.
Right.
But just because of Water of Life, you can block the last hit, down one punish it. It's very hard to actually confirm. Now, in Injustice 1, we saw the way to get around that was to confirm into the charge, because that immediately knocks you into the air. But Flash no longer has the charge. So Water of Life is a great way to get out of the situation against a lot of Flash openings. Really what you got to do now, confirm into Sonic Pound. It's the only one-hit launch that he has. And of course, you got to get the chance. You got to get through the zoning normals. I'm sorry, quick normals. Got to get through the chip.
Being stuck in the corner is not where he wants to be right now, which is exactly where Dragon is keeping him. Wow.
Wow. 2-meter burn tentacle strikes. That was a lot of damage. You very rarely see
that's 400 damage right there.
Yeah. And right now, Marine is not able to even touch Dragon.
Wow. Just down 2s. Dragon is in complete control now.
Oh, and just constantly chipping over and over.
Falling behind, Arthur. You'll feel the ocean's power.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling the ocean's power right now. I can tell you that.
I mean, there has been literally no true hits from Marine in this set. This is rough. This is looking tough. At this point, I feel like he needs to just try something. Maybe try to condition Dragon into some sort of wild play, make him respect him a little bit more. Just do something silly. At this point, making the comeback is near impossible. And now it
is impossible, yeah. Wow.
That is a quick 2-0
I really
for
don't like how Marine is just jumping back into these games. I at least want him to take a breath and kind of think about his options. And he's just going right back in after getting dominated 2 straight games, and that is not a good look.
It's not, and it's already starting off the same way. It's just so tough for Flash to get an opening, and of course the wake-up Trident Rush, one of the best wake-ups in the game. Even on block, it's going to get you so much chip, it's almost not going to get it. Marine stuck again in that left side corner. He's got to find a good way to get out, but I really don't know what the answer is. So much chip. I think there's been more damage in chip than on hit in this game.
I think you're correct.
The seas conspire against you.
And right now it seems like the brackets are conspiring against it. Having to run into Dragon, one of the best in this matchup. Oh, baits the throw, unnecessary, keeps it unflashable. That was just mean at this point. Marine hasn't been able to get an opening. I would love to see some more Sonic Pound. It's really what he's got to try to do. You know, even if he just does it raw, there's an option.
You're lucky this isn't a time trial. I'll match your pace.
Spending 3 bars. This is rough.
Yeah. that's going to be a punish. Yeah, he tried right there. He tried to activate the trade, but that's just going to make it even less safe. And Dragon picking up twice in a row. All he's going to need is chip. He's backing up. He's got so much space. I mean, at this point, Tentacle Strikes will almost guarantee the chip.
Oh, trying to save himself. Marine. He's going to go down, and there it is, 3-0.
It was a nice attempt, but what are you going to do at that point? I mean, it's very important in this game to have secondaries available. Even if you're 100% character loyalist, sometimes there are matchups you're just not going to want to play. And Dragon, looking at, it looks like he's feeling guilty right there. Look at his face. He's like laughing at how that turned out.
The thing about Ryan is that he doesn't care, and that's actually no. I'm being honest. That's an incredibly valuable trait to have, especially for a top player, especially if you play characters that are less popular or are dry or whatever the case. Like, Dragon will be the first one to tell you he doesn't care if you don't like the way he plays. That's what works for him, and that's what he's going to continue to use. So he'll give you that sly smirk after he does, 30,000 Trident rushes. Kid doesn't care.
Which is exactly what happened right there. But let me just also point out that match, BioHazard against Revit, was another winners finals match to make it into top 16. So now we have BioHazard and Dragon in top 16 winners. Neither too surprising. The loser matches are still being played out. And I feel like we're probably going to have another winners finals match up next, although I don't see at all who it's going to be. Oh, we see Foxy.
A Foxy G.
Foxy G. Oh,
as
the
they
G.
call him. Yes.
I don't know if anybody calls him that, but that's okay.
No, I've heard people call him that. Yeah,
all right.
People
Foxy
do call
G.
him a Foxy G.
I'm going to call him Foxy G this entire time now.
Okay. You are free to do whatever you want, man. I'm not telling you to live your life.
All right.
That's
fair
fair.
enough.
But yeah, hailing all the way from the UK, playing his dead shot, and the twins, Ketchup and Mustard, shout-outs to them. They had talked about this earlier when we were at IPS, before the tournament even started. And they were saying that Foxy was going through a huge character crisis, but he has never looked as good as he does now because of the fact that he has Deadshot, and Deadshot is his character. And I could not agree more, simply because we watched him play with Catwoman, and although his Catwoman was very solid, he wasn't as dominant as he was prior to Injustice 2 dropping. And now that he has Deadshot, I really do feel like this is the character for him, but he still has a little ways to go to get to that spot where he was just constantly getting top 2, top 3 at every single tournament. I mean, he's still breaking top 8s at these majors. He's still a huge threat, but just I feel like something is still kind of missing for him, maybe.
Yeah, and I mean, I like his Deadshot, but I don't know. I really like the fact that he does still have his Catwoman.
Oh, there's his juice. He always has a water
I was trying
bottle.
to figure out what he was getting.
He always has a water bottle with something in it. We don't ever really know what it is.
The secret sauce.
And it's always, I think it's always the same color.
Was that like very bright blue? I don't even know. But anyway, Foxy, to make it here in this bracket, he did actually knock Young Monster in the losers. His opponent, though, I want to talk about Crusty Christian. He is a Harley loyalist from NorCal.
Yes.
Now, he made it here by beating Dab, another NorCal player, so he had to essentially team kill, although Dab, sometimes Vegas, sometimes NorCal.
Yeah, we don't really know where Dab is. Sometimes, yeah, he's all over the place.
He's an extremely good Harley player from NorCal, a 100% loyalist as far as I know. I don't know if he's picked anybody else up, but if he hasn't, this could be tough. Deadshot is considered a very, very difficult matchup for Harley just because she can't get around the bullets, and that's really all it comes down to when you get to Deadshot matchups. Can you get around the bullets? Yes, then there's, you know, it could be even, it could be in your favor. If you can't outzone him, if you don't have a great way, it's going to be tough. And that's what we're going to see here, but of course, Harley does have a lot of really good explosive offense. She's got a lot of really little kind of tricky ways to open you up. Not really true mix-ups, but I don't know, just making you second guess yourself.
Yeah, she's definitely a little tricky character. She does have good lows. She's got some decent highs. Not the fastest, but wow, Crusty so far doing a really solid job of kind of smothering Foxy.
Oh, and a good use of the interactable to get a little bit closer in, not allowing Foxy to start his zoning. But now it's begun. Now it's going to be so much more difficult to get in. And the big issue is that Harley does have great gunshots, right? But her straight gunshots only do about 40 damage. It's considerably less than everybody else, and a nice pickup to close out the life bar.
Yeah.
Crusty doing very well. We haven't even seen Foxy get his zoning started. Oh, good air-to-air. That's going to be a lot of corner damage. Oh, gets maximum damage with the meter burn. Play Doctor lands the jump in, doesn't get the full combo again. What is going on?
Shoot your eye out, kid.
Time to take a joke, pal.
Crusty is absolutely all over the Foxy G.
He is. I don't know what Foxy's trying to do, but Crusty is just in control. What was that? Raw back 3? I don't think it's what it meant to be. A lot of weird choices by Foxy right now. But he does have the first life bar. If he can manage to keep Crusty out for the rest of this game, he can still do it. Of course, air gunshots are really going to be what you have to worry about. One way or another, they're going to be able to guarantee some chip and just gets hit by the Hyena by itself. Foxy immediately standing up. I don't know what's exactly going on, but he's obviously unhappy with something there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was very one-sided from Crusty. Not at all what we expected to see. I mean, there was almost no zoning in the entire set so far.
It was just weird.
I believe they're checking something right now.
Yeah, they're checking something right now. Foxy, again, he's not happy about something, but it also didn't really feel like he was. That didn't look like a Foxy game, right?
Yeah, no,
like
I mean,
he's
that
generally
looked,
the one that's in control. He's the one that's able to push the pace or slow the pace down, and that is just not what we saw at all. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, me neither. Again, that's a relatively tough matchup, of course.
And that's supposed to be a matchup in his favor, too. So
right.
Yeah.
So being from NorCal, there is Blind Ducky, who does play a lot of...
He does play Deadshot
in NorCal, so I feel like maybe Crusty could have got some experience from that. But, I mean, Foxy being Foxy, he's going to have so much experience against great Harleys. Undoubtedly, he's played a good amount against BioHazard, against really all the good Harleys. There's no reason why he wouldn't have. He gets to travel quite a bit. Obviously, he's here still from the IPS finals, which is why we see a lot of these players, especially the international ones here today. You know, there's a great tournament right after IPS finals. Everybody wants to make it. A lot of people stayed in town. Bio, of course, actually flew back to Canada.
Back to Canada
and then
came
flew
back,
back here,
That's
which
nuts.
is ridiculous. That's way too much flying.
That was like what, like 4 days apart?
I mean, maybe, if even.
Because if you think about it, IPS finals were on Sunday, and then he flew back, I think, on Monday, and then he came back on Thursday, right?
Well, at that
That's
point,
crazy.
why
Or Friday or yesterday. I don't even remember what day he came
hire
back.
a body double for 3 days to do all your stuff for you. I mean, it's got to be cheaper than 2 full flights, right?
It's not even so. It's not even that. One thing I want to talk about real quick is just okay, so Foxy, we do have official word. Foxy Grampa no longer wants to play on this setup, and he will continue his match off stream.
Yeah, well, we'll have to keep updated on that. Check out what happens. Krusty's going to take that momentum going off stream. I really wanted to see the end of
that first game is still Krusty's.
Right, I believe so.
It's still 1-0 Crusty, yeah.
And they're going to continue to play off stream, but that means that we're probably going to have another matchup coming up.
Oh, is that young Theonidas?
I do see him. I see Bio still in there, but Bio and Dragon, they of course have already qualified. There's no reason for them to be sitting there. So if they just want to watch the matches, want to scope out the competitors for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, they are done for now.
They are. Now, I don't actually think Theo is in this first set of pools. Now, Slayer's still somewhere in loser's bracket. We've still got a few others. Krayzie, I believe. Oh, no, wait. Theo might be in this pool. That might be right. So I think he's going to be in Krayzie's pool. I could just look. I'm just gonna look. I'm not even gonna. I'm not gonna front and act like I memorized all of these pools. There's so many good players here.
That's fine.
So we do have Foxy Grampa playing
information
in winners finals.
I'm really curious what it is about. Maybe I don't know if he thinks the setup is laggy. I don't know what's going on.
Who knows? We'll have to ask him afterwards. But in this poll that we have right here, of course, that was winners finals to see who makes it into the top 16. In losers, we have DJT against Young Monster and Dab against Cheeko. So that's a very tough losers bracket. And then, of course, the winners of those are going to have to play, you know, each other and then play the loser of that match that now we're going to see off stream, which is unfortunate because I did want to see that.
Sure.
Now, that's pool 4. That's the one, the last of the 4 pools that are running right now. In Pool 1, we did already see the winners finals of that conclude. That's going to be Dragon making it out. Marine sitting in losers finals. He's going to be playing against the winner of Alcatraz and Slayer. Slayer beat Armor. Alcatraz beat the Sage Straw Hat. Well, I'm not actually sure who that is, but they made it really far, so I would love to know who that is.
The name sounds familiar. How is...
Are they wearing a straw hat? That would be very indicative.
How is KP doing? I'm curious.
KP is...
Because he said he was going all Wonder Woman, and I feel like he has a really solid Wonder Woman. I want to know how far he's made it.
He is unfortunately out. He did lose to Tundra in losers. Of course, he had to make a very far losers run, losing to BioHazard the first game.
BioHazard is a really tough draw first match, and like I said, it was 3-0, but they were very competitive matches.
Right. Well, which is very impressive against Bio. I mean, being competitive all against Bio is very tough. But I believe we're going to see the winners finals now. If that is Theo's hair that I can see off in the distance, his very well groomed Clark Kent hair as usual.
His
but
what?
This is
Kept.
Clark.
Clark
Kent.
Got
yes,
it.
Clark Kent.
Got it.
Only appropriate. Yeah, here's Supergirl. That's almost definitely going to be him. So this is Pool 2. He's going to be playing against Krayzie. Krayzie did defeat Syndicate off stream. Syndicate's the Batman player that we saw earlier on stream. Right. Now in losers of this bracket, we have Shinobi Dharc playing against Evil Presence. Syndicate's there waiting for the winner of Wilska and SweetKun Master. I actually wish we got to see SweetKun Master here. Okay. A good friend of mine, but he's a very good Batman player.
A Batman. Do you really want to see another Batman?
I
mean, with all the Batmans that we already have?
Just once.
Okay,
him and then none others. All right?
Okay.
Now, of course, in the later pools, we have just a ridiculous amount of other good players. I see Hayatei sitting in the crowd. Of course, Nubcakes is chilling. Who else do we even have? Madsen, we saw.
Here's the interesting thing about SCR this year. I was talking, I think it was like right after IPS or like right before the finals of IPS. I was talking to KP, and we were talking about SCR, and I was asking if he's going, and he's like, man, there's like no one really going. And I checked the bracket back then. I say back then like it was a long time ago, last week. No, and there really weren't that many people signed up. And then I was like, man, that tournament is looking, it's looking a little light. And then I checked the other day, and I was like 129 entrants, 8 IPS finals. So I was like, where did everyone come from like last second? Which is why a lot of these pools are really stacked. Like there is just some death pools in here.
Well, that is kind of the FGC standard, right? Sign up last minute. Sign up absolute
but
last
this
minute
was
at
crazy
the door.
because like it was literally like 4 days, and then it was just a nuts bracket out of nowhere.
Well, it's great to see. And of course, SoCal Regional is always a great tournament every year. This year we are at the Anaheim Convention Center for the first time. Remember back when it was UCI every single
UCI was
year.
fun.
I missed that venue, but of course we went to UCI.
And then last year,
Ontario Convention Center.
Last year 2015 was Ontario. Arena. Last year was Esports Arena, and now we're at the Anaheim Convention Center. Man, it's just it's a journey throughout SoCal.
Well, it's Orange County, all the way out of Ontario, Orange County.
People say
but
you're
I mean, for me, I prefer it Orange County because I live here, but yeah.
I'd imagine. But here we go, winners finals of this pool. It looks like this is a button check, but it will be Krayzie against Theo. Theo looking very disturbed right now. I'm not 100% sure. I think his sound isn't working, so we're going to have to get that one figured out. Theo, I guess, plays with sound. Some people don't practice that. I always think it's a great idea to try to practice without sound, just so that you're not used to it.
Well, and that's the unfortunate thing, right? Is every major that you go to, every event that you go to, unfortunately, not all of them are going to have sound at every station, and that can be a hindrance to a lot of players. Whether you think sound is important or not, there are players that feel that way, and they're entitled to feel that way, and it kind of sucks when they don't get to play with it.
It's true, but it's a very important thing in any sort of competitive anything to be able to train yourself to be able to play in any sort of condition. Because if you always play at home, you know, with just in your underwear, with your very specific chair, with the armrests up, listening to music,
with the stain on the one armrest that you can't get out,
like
the comfort.
When you're playing, you're 100% always practicing in that specific environment. You get to a spot, suddenly you're like, I have to hold my controller. There's no armrests. Now suddenly I feel awkward. and I'm going to start like thinking about that more than the match, or you know, suddenly like, oh, this venue is a little bit colder than I play at home, so like suddenly I'm thinking about that. That's stuff you don't want to ever have to deal with. So honestly, it sounds a little bit crazy, but when you have like this much money on the line, this much competition, practice in different environments. Choose to practice different environments.
Sure.
Bring in a different chair.
Go to
sit
a
on
local.
the floor. Go to a local. Yeah, I've heard of those. I don't think Theo has, but Krayzie definitely has. He's a Catwoman player, of course, that does so well at Wednesday night fights, and this is a very interesting matchup. Two characters that actually Krayzie plays. Ooh, that could have been way more. Why did he go for the reset instead of the combo?
I don't think he was going for the reset. I don't think he was expecting the last
hit
the meter burn part to hit. Yeah,
but he did take advantage of it as well as possible. Right now, the zoning's working out well for Theo.
actually some pretty. I like the shaders for Krayzie's Catwoman right now.
Good blocks by Theo. Oh, that's unsafe. Chooses not to use the meter. That's kind of the bluff. Sometimes you gotta call it.
Maybe he just didn't feel confident punishing at the time. And here we go, using the double overhead. Plus frames, push block coming out of Theo. And the spacing right now of Krayzie is fantastic.
It is. He actually completely avoided the charge and should have been able to get the whiff punish, but he was a little bit too slow. Oh, this is going to be big damage. Can he make it to the corner? Yes, he can. He actually could have got the
He could have gotten more, yeah.
But he was not 100% sure that he was within the range. He went for the safer option, wanted to get the knockdown, which of course he used for guaranteed chip, got the opening, and the safer bet was the better bet at this point.
Yeah. That was a good down two off of a high coming out of Krayzie. And Krayzie really needs to get rid of this life bar.
All he needs is chip. Oh, not quite enough, but no punish from Theo. Theo spinning some extra meter, gets at least the chip from the breath. Really, I say that Supergirl is the best pick for Theo in the entire game because she's like Superman, but she's got down one Trident Rush that gets a full combo on hit, right? I mean, that's what meter burn breath is. Really.
Really? Down one Trident? I mean, obviously doesn't do anywhere near as much chip, right?
Right, but it's still good.
Yeah, I guess I kind of get what you're saying.
First time out, kid? As if.
Wow, Krayzie spent all of his meter on that, trying to get back as much life as possible. He doesn't have enough to get the conversion now, but he can build it relatively quickly. Maybe even one block string. Oh, no anti-air. That's super active jump one. I can say Krayzie's spots that he chooses his throws are better than almost any Catwoman that I've seen. Just throws in particular. Krayzie just has an idea of when he wants to use them, and it works out for him.
Yeah, and I do like the way he mixes it up as well with the throws. And that's very important, especially with a character like Catwoman who is very dangerous up close with different types of pressure.
Wow,
that was nuts.
Got caught by the freeze. That should be guaranteed chip. Krayzie actually could have potentially dodged on wake up to get out of that situation, but
Supergirl wins.
I don't know. He tried something else. Maybe he thought that something else was coming, the teleport. Maybe he was trying to backdash that. Who knows? But Theo closing it out in the first game. And a lot of that came down to the fact that he jumped into that ice. I feel like if he had done jump 1, maybe even jump 3, he might have been able to hit her out of the breath. But the jump 2 was just in that range, not far enough for it to connect.
And these two, I mean, have played against each other, at least in the past, very regularly in Injustice 1.
Right, but in Injustice 2, this might actually be the first time they've played. Now, you know what? I think they've played online, but I don't know exactly how much after the patch. Oh, no whiff punishes. Krayzie has the opportunity here. I'd love to see him throw out some back twos just to try to whiff punish, even mid-screen. Mid-screen. And mid-screen. Another thing that we're just not seeing from Krayzie is the whip trip. Whip trip is one of Catwoman's best tools. Checks a lot of the mobility.
The only thing I see about
He did it! There it is. He did it! Just to be clear, they cannot hear us at all. So that was 100%. I guess that's just that EGP thing, you know? Like I said, I've known him since like 2009. We've been together for a while. We've been homies, so we got that psychic ability, you know? I can coach him now without actually talking to him.
That's a scary thought. You coaching.
That is terrifying. But hey, it worked in that situation.
It did?
My non-coaching coaching. Still, though, Theo with quite a bit of a lead. Right now, he's in a, whoa, what a weird trade. Trading the charge with Cat Dash. Both characters just kind of flipping away. Like, ow.
Okay, here we go. Centers it up, using the background. Very smart is Theo.
Wow, raw Cat Dash. That should be a lot of damage. He's going to be able to use the background bounce. Nice knockdown. One more mix-up. Plus frames.
Getting caught on the laser roller coaster. Nice grab. And that's something that we see somewhat from Theo. He is a player that does like to grab. But again, I also love the way that he mixes it up in that pressure.
All right, life bar for Krayzie. But there's so much room for Theo to just walk back, zone, jump back, throw lasers. I would love to see Krayzie use cat dashes, but I'm not sure he's confident that he can do it on reaction to the laser. Supergirl's lasers are extremely fast, one of the fastest projectiles in the game, hard to react to, especially when you have to sit there and do it a full input to react to it.
Wow, and 2 straight games for Theo.
I mean, it's been very close in the neutral, and overall, it's been close games, but Theo, he's been taking advantage of all the little chip that he can get. He's been jumping back into down lasers a lot. He's been taking a lot of damage from that. And just a few more openings every single time. These have been very long matches for 2 characters like this who are very potentially aggressive. Wow, and raw charge.
Yeah, he was going for a whip trip, but he got stuffed.
And again, Krayzie's trying to get out of that. That's maximum damage. Oh, not quite. Dropping the combo.
Okay, would have had over 400 damage there, but it looks like it's not going to matter. He's going to get the second opening here and the corner loops. What is the setup? Is he going to go for Oki? Yes, he is. Oh, no, he just backs off, actually.
Oh, nice whip punish by Theo. Didn't have the meter, so he just went for the hard knockdown. Very smart. And now, look at this life lead. More than he's had the entire rest of this set. Plus more combo in the corner. This is going to be big. The real question is, what's going to be the Oki afterwards? And how will Krayzie respond? We have seen him wake up with the DP before. No, just choosing to be patient. Theo choosing to back up. Push, not pushing his advantage, just taking the space that he has and working with it.
Okay. All right, Theo. All right, Theonidas. Relax.
Whatever you say.
Down 2 on block after jump 1. That's actually something that we saw a lot from Gross. Gross at the IPS finals was doing
Gross was the king of down twos.
Yeah, knowing that a lot of times people try to swing after that jump 1 with a high, and down 2 is going to be ducking that high. That's exactly what happened. And right now, this league has just run away. We are almost at death. Krayzie can be able to pick up a combo. If he can make this comeback, it will be legendary. Unfortunately, I don't know how he's going to be able to do it. If Theo can get out just a single time, or just meter burn back 3, that'll be it. So Theo is going to be advancing out of the pool, sending Krayzie to losers to play in losers finals, and he will be the 3rd person that we see in our top 16.
Yeah, and I mean, that was rather dominant the last game.
It was. The rest of them, very close, but that last game, Theo, he really pushed his aggression.
They were close enough. I still feel like just Theo had the edge overall, but...
Absolutely.
They were good games. Theo just proving why he's one of the best and one of the legends of our game, really.
Yeah, then he's going to move on to fight. Actually, I don't know which pool fights which in top 16, so I'm going to have to double check that. But I would love to see if we do have an update somewhere. You know what, I can check it myself. Of that one match that we didn't get to see the end of. I really want to know what happened with Crusty.
Between Foxy and Crusty?
Yeah.
Why don't we check the bracket?
Check the bracket. But right now, it looks like we do have Revet
Actually, you had the bracket
up.
Why don't you check it?
Yeah, I will check it for you. But we have Revet back up, which means that we're going to be seeing a losers match.
Yes.
Now, I don't know who he's playing against because they're hidden back there. I see somebody with a hat on. Was that Cheeko?
I thought it was Cheeko as well. I don't think it is Cheeko.
Who knows?
All I can see, I literally can only see the hat. So I'm...
Okay.
So Foxy actually did beat Crusty.
Thank you, Kyobi. Yep. So I guess whatever that change was really helped him out.
Oh, it's Han Rashid.
Oh, Han. That's why that hat looks familiar. I saw the hat, I thought SoCal. So Han has made it relatively far through losers. He got knocked down a little bit early, knocked into losers by BioHazard round 2, which is understandable. Of course, BioHazard is making out in winners, but now he's had to make it all the way back through in losers. He fought against Tundra, the person who eliminated Katana Prime. Okay. He fought against XxTronKoxx,
who does Tundra play?
I would hope Sub-Zero, but who knows? And then now he's here playing against RevetLeafing. Now Han is the master of many characters. Of course, his main character is generally considered Green Arrow, but I don't know who he's going to use in the Cheetah match.
Approaching the Batcave.
Robin.
Okay.
I think it's an understandable pick. He has been playing Robin a lot more since the patch. He said the reason why he likes Robin is because it really pisses off the other player.
Begin.
What? He says he gets to disrespectfully swing a lot and jump a lot, and it really just frustrates people, and he likes getting in people's head that way. But he did actually win the first Wednesday Night Fights post-patch with Robin.
Interesting, okay.
So we'll see how that works out. I think the idea here is that, of course, Cheetah, oh, well, they went, they're changing settings or something like that. Oh, they're lowering the health bars. Look at that. Good on them. Good on them for seeing. Want to make sure everybody gets to see what their lives are at. But I believe the idea of this matchup is that, of course, having a sword makes it so difficult for characters that don't have projectiles and don't have any sort of weapon hitboxes to be able to play in that neutral game against Robin. I mean, you literally, his swords don't have hurt boxes, so you can't swing into the swords and hit it. Now, Cheetah, of course, has tiny little limbs to begin with. It's hard for her to even play footsies against characters that just swing with their own limbs, let alone, you know, half-screen sword normals. Same exact thing with the jump-ins. She's got a good down 2, but against Robin's jump 3, I don't think it's going to work. Then she does not actually have a 6-frame down one. She's only got a 7-frame.
Her biggest thing is just going to be kind of going wild and staying in the air as long as possible to open Robin up that way. I think that is the best option Cheetah has, specifically with those long-range normals we were talking about coming from Robin.
I'm amazed we let you live, Cheetah.
You can't kill what you can't catch.
I'll take care of both now.
Ooh.
That's definitely the goal here. I like this. So the reason why Revet does this is to actually build a little bit of meter, because he's not just backdashing. He's starting up the lead and then backdashing, which is it is technically special. We're building a little bit of meter, backing up, trying to bait a mistake, but unfortunately put him into the corner. And look at this huge lead from Revet already. That's, I'm sorry, for Han already against Revet, and that is going to be the life bar as a perfect for Han Rashid. Oh, that's going to be another punish. I mean, that was a little bit of chip, but unfortunately, no meter for Han to be able to get anything off of it. What a trade, too.
Yeah, that actually worked out more in favor for Han Rashid there. Okay, conversion, no. Uses 2 bars meter to roll out. Air escape. Nice follow through. Good conversion.
Ooh, the down 2.
At last, true speed.
I've been training since birth.
That was a weird conversion. I'm not exactly sure what he was going for there. Using the down 2 mid juggle and the standing 3. I feel like that might have been some sort of mistake, but regardless, the clash happened, and Han is just running away with this.
Yeah, Anna's looking incredibly strong right now. He's doing everything that you said he needed to do.
But look at this damage off this combo alone. 550 damage into the sweep.
Gross.
That life bar just disappeared. Ooh, nice pickup, waiting for him to fall over Cheetah's body. That was very smart. That could have easily whiffed. We see that situation a lot, but goes to show that Revet has played this character a lot. Oh, and that's punishable. This could be that. Oh, no. That was an intentional bait. That was an intentional bait. That was so smart. Right now, Revet, this is the opportunity he's been waiting for. You got to be so patient right here. Oh, what a combo to finish it off. Using trait mid-combo from the down 2, getting the full conversion, exactly what he needed, avoiding that very potentially dangerous situation. I think it was actually really risky for Han to go in at that exact moment. Revet had just popped trait, and that was the only way that he was going to make the comeback.
You'll pay for your mentor's crimes.
What did Batman do to you?
Superman did plenty.
Begin.
Dang. Superman has done plenty to plenty of people, so I definitely got to agree with Cheetah. All right, again though, starting off in the same way, I like the fact that he's doing it on this stage. Definitely, well, he was trying to do the exact same thing last time, where he used that interactable to basically guarantee himself the free first hit for that meter, but still, he's just cornering himself on. Letting him get out again. What is this runaway? It almost seems like Revit should be throwing projectiles right now.
Yeah, runaway Cheetah is not something I'm used to seeing.
Just so much backing up. I do understand the reasoning behind it, though. Again, it's going to be so hard for, wow, just blow it up. So, okay, here's one of the non-mix-up mix-ups that we see a lot. When you see Robin throw the blue trade, everybody thinks, oh, that's his low option. The blue trade's not low. It's actually a mid. So only the red trade is the one that you have to respect. If the blue's out there, you really just have to block high. If you're trying to get to the 50-50, you can still get swept, of course, but it's not as bad as
Stopping Assassin Strike early. That is something that I feel like Hayatei is phenomenal at. He's the one that utilizes most. He's stopping the Assassin Strike to really kind of mess with his opponents. Speaking of messing with his opponents, look at that 455 damage.
My claws.
And the combo didn't even end.
Yeah.
It wasn't even max.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh, that was a good block on the cross-up, but didn't respect the meter burn follow-up.
The pain isn't over yet.
All right, one full life bar apiece. Obviously way better than the first game for Revit. I mean, at this point, Revit literally not dealt damage, and now he's got the lead. Oh, that's a lot of damage to trade on. Oh, but trade had just ended. Oh, no, did not get the pickup. Yeah. I think a down two right there would have been the safest option. Maybe letting her fall a little bit more. He actually swung the wrong direction. Didn't think that she was still on the left side. Oh, and this is going to be a huge punish.
Your efforts please the goddess.
I've been training since birth.
Since birth.
He has. Oh, trading the jump 3 with the down back 2. What a weird trade. Ooh, good pickup.
Wow, wait a second. Han Rashid bringing this back.
Oh,
how many down twos in a row was that?
I don't even know, but it's close for both players. He drops the conversion again. This is the low one. He can use it as reversal. Anti-airs. Tries to get the bait. That's going to be guaranteed.
Unbelievable.
That was the weirdest set. That was the weirdest exchange for the last 20 seconds of that match. So many weird Birderang pickups that didn't get fully converted off of. That was, I don't even know what was going on.
That was a bit crazy.
It was, but that means that Han Rashid is now one game away from making it out of the pool in losers. And there we go, we see it again. The smart Birderang is not something that you can challenge his Cheetah. It is smart. It has a PhD. It went to school so that it could anti-air. Oh, picks up Cheetah from the backdash, throws the trade and still gets the punish. We are almost working on that perfect again.
No, but it is stolen away.
Oh yeah, it is definitely
Revit says I'm not done yet as he gets Assassin Struck.
And the drop combo from Revit is pretty big. I mean, he finally got his opportunity, but he didn't take advantage of it. Oki for Cheetah is very important. Oh, good down 2. That's got to be another reason why we're seeing Han choose this matchup. One of the few characters who can consistently anti-air Cheetah, which we're seeing over and over again. Revit is not stopping trying. I mean, he has landed a decent amount, but still, the reward is very high off of landing this down 2 for
Oh, and he's trying to just find the down 2s to catch Revit in the air.
Oh, and that was just guaranteed chip. Very smart.
The goddess
closing out the life bar. But Han, he's only got about 70% left. So much meat from both of these players. I love this conversion. It's the one he used to close out the first game. Nice block by Revit. The first sweep of the game gets blocked.
Another sweep coming for Revit, and a super.
That's not going to hit at all.
Wow.
It is going to be safe, but he's just wasted so much meter. Han going for just style. I mean, at that point, I feel like this game is still too close to have tried for that super. He really wanted to close it out. It was unnecessary. Oh, and look at this. That could have been a huge mistake.
Come on, surprise me.
I'll flay you for the goddess.
Now Revit's got a huge meter advantage for this clash. Going to take as much damage as possible. One more hit now could close it out for either person.
It is so close.
It would be smart just to throw out smart Verterangs.
And that's what he's doing right now. He's trying to do whatever he can to catch.
Look how much chip he's getting.
Oh, and the Assassin Strike!
There actually could have been a clash. Han, though, closing it out with the strangest full screen conversion after what was one of the weirdest matches that we've seen today. Han very proud of himself, making out of pools. He has had a little bit of an issue making out of pools in the past, but
yeah,
he chose the right character for the situation. And again, we're seeing a situation where there was a character who it would have worked out better had the player not been a loyalist.
Right.
I feel like it's very important to have at least one pocket character, because right there, Revet really wasn't able to get too much going. The last one was close, but it was a 3-up.
Yeah, and sorry, I'm just looking here at the at the bracket so far. So Theo is in winners. We have Dragon in winners. This is all top 16. Foxy Grampa is in winners, and BioHazard in winners.
Yeah, and that is the winners for the
so
first 4
far.
pools.
Yeah, first 4 pools. That is what we have so far. And then we still have 1, 2, 3, 4. Still have another. We had a total of 8 pools here. And again, there was, if I'm checking here, there was about 129 entrants. Many of these were absolute killers.
Absolutely, we're seeing them here, and this is a losers bracket match that we're seeing. SoCal player versus formerly SoCal player.
Aquaman.
Rogue Slayer knocked in a loser's first round. And now, is he going to give him an Aquaman matchup? Marine is going to have to try to play this again on stream.
Listen, as if you are going to be a character loyalist, then you absolutely have to figure out how to fight your worst matchups, because people are going to counterpick you. So as much as it sucks, I think Marine kind of has to suck this up and kind of adapt, because the last game, I mean, when he played against Dragon, it was not a good look.
It was not, but he's already got, considering he actually has more pressure so far this game and more damage than he had 2 separate games against Dragon. Now we've seen him drop a combo again. That was the bane of his existence in the first set. But regardless, he's got more started already. Right. Slayer, now he does have Aquaman. I think actually the last time I saw him play Aquaman was in Grand Finals and Winners Finals of CEO. And his Aquaman is not as polished as the rest of his characters. He does know how to play him. I mean, he's a veteran. He's been playing since 1. And everybody who played Injustice 1 knew how to play Aquaman, right? So he's already got some practice. He's played him a bit in this, but definitely not Dragon. Oh, gets flipped. Actually could have just tried and rushed, but the throw is going to send him back to full screen. Some more zoning, some more chip, and that was a guaranteed win. Now, I think Marine maybe should have tried push blocking. He has the meter. He'll probably build it back before he needs to use it.
Nice conversion. Gets a little bit of damage, 173. And it did not drop this time. That was so weird how we saw that.
Yeah, against Alcatraz, yeah. I have never seen that, and I feel like we're never going to see that again. But it's probably a cheetah-specific, weird situation-specific thing, and we'll have to see how that. We're going to test that later. I'm going to test that later. I don't know about you all. Marine has already managed to take a life bar, but he's literally getting chipped to death at this point. Oh no, and again. Try with the down 2 check. Now Water of Life's gone. If Marine can get an opening within the next, I was going to say 10 seconds.
Behind, Arthur. You haven't hooked me yet.
Water of Life should still be down. I think it goes all the way back down to 0. So he's got an opportunity here. If he can land the full combo, doesn't use trait, decides not to even try, but still drops the combo. And that's unfortunate. He's going to even it up, but Water of Life is almost back up. He's going to have to really at least hit him twice, plus Clash is still available.
Yeah, this is a fairly close match, though. This is much closer than it's been.
And guaranteed chip here, push block him. He's got to push block him. This is almost guaranteed chip. And now
and a down 2. Yeah, but I will say, Marine definitely played a lot better this time around than he did against Dragon.
Absolutely. I mean, that was closer. That was more damage than he got in all 3 games against Dragon combined. And that's not an exaggeration. That was extremely close. I think a push block could have given him a chance. The other thing, though, again, I really got to say, he's got to throw out some Sonic Pounds. I know that it's scary because, you know, it gets blocked, something happens, but you got to try it against Aquaman. you know, show him that the opportunity is there. Try to, you know, catch him throwing out normals. It's going to get you a lot of damage. It's going to one-hit launch. Just try it.
Just try it, eh? See how it works.
Yeah. This one, though, looking a lot more like the Dragon matches. Guaranteed chip all over the place. Nice. Knew that he didn't meter burn it. That's going to be a guaranteed punish. Normal Trident Rush is actually very minus.
It is. EX, however, is a different story.
EX completely safe. EX was actually punishable in Injustice 1.
Injustice 1, yeah.
In Injustice 2, they made it safer. They made it 100% safe. Nothing in the entire game can punish it. It used to be -8. Now it's -4.
And these are much better staggers coming out of Marine, I will say. And in general, it just seems like his blocks are a lot cleaner, too. He was getting tagged by a lot of kind of erroneous stuff in the first setting of Dragon.
Well, sometimes it's just about him trying to press buttons. I mean, you got to try some stuff, you know? Sometimes you're just going to get killed by Aquaman. That's just how it works. You got to challenge him in different ways, see what happens, see what doesn't happen. Wow, weird
Feeling
clash.
like my old self again. I'll match your pace.
I'm not going to lie, I did not know that you could clash the second forward, too. I've never seen that happen before.
I actually didn't know that either, yeah. Because it almost seems like just one hit, right?
Right, like he like lifts him up, then he slams him down. It's like, wait a minute, that's a combo?
And this is looking more like the set we saw against Dragon Marine, really struggling. And look, this is a really hard matchup for Flash. I am not trying to upsell it at all, but I do feel like Marine could still be doing a better job in this matchup.
I suppose so.
Push blocking maybe, or even going for Sonic Pounds like you were said. Like,
yeah.
And we haven't seen either of these options come out. I think he's just trying to play a little too much neutral with Aquaman, which is never really a smart idea. But then again, but like, how is he supposed to get in? You know, it's just really hard.
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, he's got to try something crazy.
And then there's that. There's Trident Rush.
I mean, that is really the basis of the matchup. Without Trident Rush, this wouldn't be the same matchup at all. Already such a huge lead from Slayer. Marine, ironically named. I mean, he actually was a Marine, but, you know, Marine, Sea Life, not going to like the Aquaman matchup. Oh, there we go. There we go. Can he land the first full combo? No, he cannot. And the meter burn water shield will close it out. That's a move that we don't see too much. It's actually a very good move. Oh, and exactly like that. You see, the meter burn Sonic Pound was the launch. That actually could have been enough to get the kill.
Wow, that was a beautiful whip punish, and that is exactly what I wanted to see from Marine.
That was actually, I've never seen somebody whiff punish Trident Rush and mid-Trident Rush. That was insane. And look at Marine suddenly with a life lead. He's brought it all back. Just a few hits opened up more hits. And it's looking much better for him. Gets the combo with the interactable. Forces the clash.
I can't respect a traitor. At least I'll die a hero.
Yeah, this is much more what I wanted to see from Marine. And of course, it's easy for me to sit up here and be like, yeah, well, I want to see you do this in such a difficult matchup. But that's only because I know Marine is capable of doing it.
Oh, he gets hit and flashes.
Behind, Arthur. We've yet to plumb the depths.
I wanted to know if he was trying to push block it and accidentally got clashed, or if he intentionally took the hit. Oh, we're seeing the chip again. Oh, starting to see some pressure. Oh, but the down one, of course, one of the best down ones in the game. 6 frames. Has so much range, so many different options out there. Oh, and this is going to be almost guaranteed chip afterwards. The down 2! Good call. This is going to mean one more mix-up. What's it going to be? No!
Can he stop it? Wait, still a chance? No! And look at all that meter and not a single push block.
I mean, it was very, very close. The adaptation at the end was very good by Marine. He started playing a very different style, but unfortunately it was just a little bit too late. And Slayer will be the one to make it out of losers finals of this pool. Marine with an unfortunate path, running into two separate Aquaman players that were both within the top 8 at the IPS finals. I mean, think about that. That is tough. Oh no, I'm sorry.
No,
actually
Slayer was not. Yeah,
but top 16.
Sure.
2 IPS finalists. both choosing Aquaman against him. And of course, if you are an IPS finalist, you're going to know the Flash matchup. You're going to have played against Honeybee. It's an unfortunate role, but that's what's going to happen. Marine played great today. Got more games on stream than anybody else. I don't know who he paid off for that, but unfortunately, two of them were against
And now we have El Dabarino coming up. So One Punch Dab is going to be going up against Crusty Christians.
And that means this is going to be a rematch from the winners bracket where Christian knocked Dab in the losers. Now, I don't have a whole lot of info about that match. There's so many matches going on at the same time right now. In fact, now pools 5 through 8 are actually playing, so we're going to try to bring you guys some updates for that. But obviously, this was a win for Christian. Then he did move on to winners finals where he was knocked in the losers by Foxy, which unfortunately happened off stream, aside from the first match. So I'm going to have to see how all of those went. But right now, Dab gets to get his revenge. Now, I feel like we could see a different character from Dab. I feel like Dab probably went... Oh, yeah, I already hear the Aquaman pick. I feel like Dab probably went Red Hood. It seemed like he was...
Harley Quinn.
He wanted to go Red Hood the whole time today.
Atlantis.
But it does seem like if you get knocked in the losers by somebody, or if Dab did, he would choose a different character.
Yeah.
All right, so Aquaman against Harley. Oh, looks like they are, maybe not button checking, maybe going into the real thing. No, they're definitely button checking. I was tricked. I was deceived. But these are...
You've been bamboozled.
I was bamboozled. These are 2 NorCal players, so I'm sure they do play a good amount. And Aquaman vs. Harley is generally considered a tough matchup for Harley. Aquaman just does control a little bit more of the chip game, but things have changed. Things have changed in Injustice 2, especially once the Harley players have advanced.
Hey, good looking.
You will address me as royalty.
Only if you join us good guys.
Begin.
I don't think Aquaman will ever join the good guys. He is the master of frustrating his opponents. Oh, and there we go. That is one of the toughest parts about the matchup. You have to space your air gun shots well. You're a little bit too high, just like Crusty was right there.
The tentacle's going to grab you right out of the air.
Oh, yeah. You get punished. And you get punished for quite a bit of damage, and it just adds more and more. But Crusty slowly making his way forward. As a Harley loyalist, Crusty knows exactly what matchups he needs to rush down and what matchups he can try and play the life lead game. He knows that this is not one of those that he can zone, and that's why he's going in. That was a beautiful jump, too. That was such an ambiguous cross-up.
Okay, here we go, Crusty.
Oh, the pickup with the overhead, using the advantage from the gunshot on hit. Almost like a vortex situation. Switches sides. Not able to close it out.
Dab is in a little bit of trouble here. He is fighting his way out, but no, that's going to be the life bar for Crusty, striking the first blow.
And the offense that we've seen from Crusty is extremely impressive. I mean, that's what we saw in that very first game against Foxy Grampa. He, even when he doesn't have the ability to zone the entire game, he is very good at going in, and that's because he plays in a region where you have Dabcoman, as he calls it. You have Ducky, who plays 2 zoners. You have Cowboy, who plays a zoner. So a lot, I think, Crusty knows he has to rush down. He's probably got a lot of experience rushing down matches where he can't zone.
Oh, I need my big mallet.
You more than gimmicks.
Did you just call her mallet a gimmick?
I don't know. I don't think it's a gimmick. It's a great match. Nice. Good use of the cupcake, and that's going to be a punish. Good clutch by Dab.
You can't be reformed.
Not what B-Man says.
Yeah, life is relatively close. Now, the cupcake tentacle strike trade is not a bad trade. Cupcake does a lot of damage. Oh, gets hit by the anti-air. Or sorry, but the jump in does an anti-air. Not quite enough to kill, but now Chip will be it. It's got to be a push block. Very smart. And
no, wow, he just came in swinging.
He didn't even move forward. He just tried and rush and used that to move forward. He's like, forward advancing normals? Yeah, I got forward advancing specials. I don't care.
It's true.
Begin.
Technically, that's exactly what that is.
That is exactly what that is. So a close match, but Dab playing extremely solid, taking the first game. I would have to assume this is not the matchup that they played earlier in winners. But Dab seems like he's got a great control. Oh, nice. I think it may have been a punish. Dab had spaced that a little bit wrong. The last hit of Meter for Trident Rush was completely whiffed. especially because Harley does have a small hitbox. A lot of things like that are going to happen. Ooh, I like that anti-wake up meter burn water shield. Now, meter burn water shield, not a lot of people know, but it's actually plus on block. It gives you guaranteed pressure. This is going to be guaranteed chip. Dab with a huge lead for the first life.
Needs a Kraken.
Again, just back to, we've seen down to the Forbidden Tech into Trident Rush. We've seen, I mean, the main tool being used here is back 1, 2, 3 into Trident Rush, and that's just, it's a problem for a lot of characters.
You know, one thing here that I really don't like seeing is Dab has failed at anti-airing quite a few times. And that's because Harley does have one of the best jump-ins in the entire game. And wow, look at that comeback. Almost a full life bar in the corner. And oh, he tried another option to escape the jump. Did not work.
Your humor eludes me.
Learn to take a joke, pal.
Oh, the counteract went right over Harley's head. More guaranteed chip. Nice. I love the push block. And that's so smart because Harley doesn't need meter for almost anything. So using them to counteract the chip is very smart.
Dab actually had Water of Life much sooner and he didn't use it, and he took so much unnecessary damage because of that.
And he wasn't ready for it, but Crusty with this offensive Harley is making it work so far.
You kiss like a fish too?
Enough with the fish metaphors.
Hey, you make them too, Aquaman. You can't make them and expect other people not to. Oh, now we're going to see some zoning. Crusty realizes that he has a life lead enough. Whoa, jumps over the forward two, just barely avoiding it. He's going to close it out. What an answer.
That was clean.
That was beautiful. Probably would have also beat a dash forward back 1. He knew exactly what was coming in that situation. And it's 1-1. Crusty, I don't think there are any Harleys that rush down like Crusty.
You may be right. You may be right. He's definitely one of the more aggressive Harleys, without a doubt.
He's got the setups. His rush down play is so clean in these situations where he doesn't really get to zone. Oh, that was definitely a mistake. He dashed up into command grab. I'm not sure what that was supposed to be, but with command grab, probably not intentional. And again, we're seeing a huge life lead from Dab at the very beginning, but this is what we saw in the last game, and Crusty was able to bring it back.
Jump in again, that down two coming into play, huge factor for Aquaman, more Trident Rush. And there it is, Dab. Throwing the globe.
Poseidon's wrath.
Not too much of a life lead. Now, of course, he's got some pretty good positioning. Dab putting himself into the corner and just about one more jump. And damage-wise, it's not a good trade, but getting the knockdown from the slow hyena is pretty good. Wow, that wasn't even metered. Just use it as a raw anti-air. Moves him back a little bit. Of course, it's got a weapon hitbox, so it works. But that means that Dab knew that that jump was coming.
Did you wet yourself?
Now there's so much more of the screen that Crusty is going to have to chase Dab through. All this is going to be guaranteed chip for Dab.
He is slowly walking Dab into the corner, though. If he's going to have a chance, it's going to be here, but no, he jumps and he eats it down two for his troubles.
Neptune, I won't yield.
Oh, and this is almost impossible to come back from, and the down two will do it. Dab finally getting a little bit more comfortable with that down two timing. He took so much damage in the earlier games from dropping those anti-airs, but he's in there now. He's ready. I think he was just not reacting quite fast enough. You do have to react extremely fast to be able to anti-air that Harley jump two. One of the best jump twos in the game. There's actually been a lot of talk of people saying, you know, her jump two's better than Batman's. And it is sometimes harder to anti-air it. It does get to those ambiguous cross-up, non-cross-up situations, but it's hard to shoot. Right now, though, we're seeing Crusty get a lot of usage out of it. Just as I say that, he lands the jump in, stuffs the anti-air. Aquaman's down two. One of the big downsides to his down two is he does actually stand him up as he's down twoing. So his hitbox rises into some of the lower, better jumps. realize that Harley threw that. I didn't know that's how she used that interactable. That was pretty interesting. But Crusty now with a huge lead. And that's tough to get against Aquaman. But
Oh,
nice
wow, what a jump in. Cancels into back, meet him back three, doesn't combo.
Not a real combo, you have to just do raw back one into it. And Water of Life, what a beautiful reaction from Crusty to the Water of Life. Instead, just resetting with the throw, not even going for the punishable option that would have launched. And now he's getting another chance. This is looking great for him to move it up to 2-2. Both these players so far adapting so well to each other. That jump to so much mileage. Oh, back throwing into each other. Dab getting the better end of that, but both of them making the same read at the same time. Oh, and an up-gun anti-air, what a set.
You're in over your head.
It's not a game no more.
Yeah, he's going to spend 3. You have to imagine that. Oh, that's actually really smart from Dab not to spend any bar at all.
Oh, good use of water shield. He's going to use it again. One of the only characters who can actually avoid chip. He's going to get the knockdown. He's going to get a little bit of chip from the interactable, but still he's going to have to bring out something big here, Oki-wise.
Can Dab do this?
I think instant shots would be the option. Nice push block, just getting out of the situation.
Wow. Dab is living on a pixel.
One of the only characters able to completely absorb projectiles. The down to the forbidden tech.
Oh
down
my
to
goodness!
The Trident Rush.
And he can actually do damage right now. He can do damage to Crusty if he wants to.
Oh, and he won't. That's dangerous. I think he should have taken it.
I agree. I think he should have taken the 15%. And there, wow, so close.
Almost made the huge comeback. Again, one of the only characters that can completely avoid projectile damage. It was so close. But Crusty staying solid, not letting himself get flustered by that situation. And now Dab really having to think about it. Will he be switching characters?
Man, it's really tough.
Oh, maybe switching to another character who's going to have a zoning advantage. Oh, or Dab side. Okay, so Dab does have a dark side, and I've only seen it a couple of times. Now, it's very rare that he brings it out, but I have to say he has one of my favorite dark sides to see. For some reason or another, that character just clicks with him really well. Dab side, exactly. That's exactly what he says. So for those of you out there who don't know, Dab puts Dab in front of everything. This is Dab command. It doesn't even need to make sense, really. Dab command, Dab side.
And so most of the time it doesn't make sense at all, but that is Dab's style, right?
Yeah, not making sense.
Yeah.
No, Dab is...
No, actually, I would completely agree with that statement, yeah.
But right now, this is actually one of the few rare times that we get to see Dab this serious. He's really thinking about this. He does not want to go out to the same person 2 times in a row, especially somebody from his own hometown.
Well, the question is like, who did he try to use the first game? You know, the first time they played, we don't know, so.
Who knows? That is the question of the day, my friend. And hopefully somebody out there will be able to tell us. I need a sign language to somebody. Maybe Trevor the Pastor out there.
Aquaman.
I think Aquaman is still a very solid choice, though.
At this point, they have both made such great adaptations. I feel like continuing the adaptations is smart. Now, Dab does have the sort of heads up here. He does have the chance to make the last adaptation. It's a good lead for him. I feel like this is a very honest matchup between these 2 players. So I do like this pick. Oh, and that's going to be max damage. Nice, using the string that we don't really ever see.
Wow. And this is a much more of a dominant showing for Dab now.
It is, but now Krusty's got that pressure going. The final game, and what a great way to wake up. Going to deal with every single jump positioning that he could have seen. Oh, jumps over him and didn't get the shots up.
Weird interaction.
All we're seeing right now in this corner is weird interactions. We've seen so many of them during this set.
You're gonna play nice.
By Neptune, I won't yield.
What an interesting clash. I'm not sure if that was intentional. I feel like that could have saved him from a little bit more damage later on. Dab's taking a lot of damage with zoning now. He's got a lot of screen to walk back.
Oh, just barely.
Again.
So both just trading chip at this point. Crusty not quite within range to punish the tentacle strike. Well, that's going to be a good trade for Harley. But right now, Crusty's running out of life. He doesn't have Clash. He's got a little bit of meter, but against Aquaman, you're going to have to avoid so much chip. He's going to have to save almost all of that for push blocks.
Yeah, this is exactly what...
And that's
yes,
gonna be
and there it is. Dap. This is exactly what we wanted to see. I do feel like the pick to Aquaman and not to switch was correct. I just feel like he made some crucial mistakes in that previous match, and switching could have actually been really bad for him. So well done to him, keeping his resolve and able to best the person that put him in losers.
Yeah, he really had to think about that before that last game. You know, am I going to try a different character? Am I going to try to gimmick out? Or am I going to stay and play solid? And, you know, like I said, he made the final adaptation.
Yeah.
It was going very back and forth every single game. Nobody won 2 games in a row. It was 1-1, 1-1-1. Just exactly like that. Dab, he made the final play. It was the right call. He just played solid, didn't take a lot of risks, didn't try to anti-air a lot of jump-ins, which is where he was taking so much damage. And he will be the one to make it out of losers of his pool. So he will be making it into the top 16. Congratulations to him. It's always got to feel great to beat the person who knocked you into losers.
Right. And of course, make sure if you guys want to, you can follow the bracket at smash.gg/SCR. If you've been keeping up, I mean, we're keeping up right now, trying to give you all the information on the matches that we aren't able to see everyone on stream, but the bracket is all there, and that's the beauty of Smash GG, so make sure you are checking it out. And it looks like I thought I saw Hayatei.
Now, I believe that was the final match of the first set of pools. So I think we are now moving on to pools 5 through 8.
No, that is incorrect because I see Krayzie.
Oh, I'm sorry. There is one more. So that is going to be, assuming it looks like it's going to be Dharc against Krayzie. So this is going to, I'm sorry, I missed one. I thought that one was being played off stream. So just to recap, in winners, we do have Dragon making out of pools.
Right.
We have BioHazard, Theo, and who beat Dab? Wait.
Crusty beat Dab, remember?
Or, no, wait, no, I'm sorry. You know, but who beat Dab in, oh wait, no, that's right. Who beat Crusty? Oh, Foxy Grampa.
Foxy
there
Grampa beat him off stream.
Off stream, yeah. That's why I couldn't remember it, because we only saw the first match of that. So I'm really interested to see how that went, because Crusty was up at a 1-0 advantage before they moved off stream, and then Foxy made it back. But in losers, now we have Slayer made it out in losers. The match we just saw was to make it out in losers. That's going to be Dab making it out. And then I can't think of what the last... Oh, Han Rashid.
Han Rashid made
and
it
now
out.
the winner of this one, which is going to be Krayzie against Dharc. Now, Krayzie, of course, we saw him play on stream earlier. He played against Theo. It was a 3-0, but it was competitive, just like you were saying earlier. Now he's going to be playing...
Wait, what happened? What did you just say? I was looking at you, and words were coming out of my mouth, but I missed it. The last competitive match.
Okay, the last match was, or that we saw Krayzie on stream, was him against Theo.
Theo, yes, and it was competitive. Sorry, I heard what you said. I looked at you, and nothing registered. It was all blank. That's correct.
I think you need a little nap. We're gonna have to take a little bit of a break for nap time for for Mr.
For me,
Goodspeed.
yes.
All right, but this match is going to be Krayzie against Dharc for the last match of pools 1 through 4. Now, Dharc has gone by many names. Now, okay, there's a set of brothers up from NorCal, right? And he is one of them. And he is I don't know, they've changed quite a few names before. Now, he is the Grim Magician. He's played under multiple names. He's got the little Jinx thing. He actually walked up to me today and he was like, hey, do you know who this character is? And I was like, yeah, it's Jinx, of course. And so I think that's who he wants in the game. But he was a Molina player now, and I believe I am being joined by not quite Dustin Kane, a little bit different, slightly different human being here. Surprised that you're up here?
I feel like coming into the conversation when you're like 80 sentences in and it's just a different voice. It's weird, so there was no like clear jump-in point.
You should have just came in with your immediate Godspeed impression. All right, I know it's a tough one. I mean, the only real Godspeed impression is "so dude." That's really the only thing.
Do you really want me to like hate you as much as he does? All he does is talk junk about Wonder Chef and just have fun with it. Oh look, I'm Dharc now. I'm still in the tournament somehow.
Dang.
Awesome.
All right, so now he gets to switch with you. So we're just playing musical chairs here for every single position in the tournament, right?
That's kind of hard because I still have some integrity and heart, and he's a Catwoman player, and I don't trust those people.
Ooh, yeah. So I was just saying. He's a Molina player moving to Catwoman. What do you think makes it that all the Molina players move to Catwoman?
They're all
They're all evil? They don't have souls?
Evil's a very good word. We'll use evil, and they love the ability to low-profile things and have a lot of high meterless damage, conversions off of anything, and they just have that fierce, you know, whips and size. You know, Melina's one of the fiercest characters in the series history, and Catwoman equally as fierce from her outfit down to her neon glowing gear whips. It's just all over the place in terms of creativity and the freedom that these players have in their combos.
That's true. Both characters, they've got very unique pickups.
Yes.
Because both of them do have, you know, you've got the cat dash, you've got the roll. Both in combos work very similarly. They're these like far, fast pickup options. And on top of that, both characters, they just make you feel so dumb when you try to hit them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I do. I feel
why
it.
did I even swing? Of course he meter burned back through below my stuff. Of course he rolled below my stuff. Why did I even try? And now all of a sudden you're getting hit for half your life. That's just what the characters are. But are we going to see the mirror? That's a real question for me.
I do not. If you look at the button check here, we saw Krayzie select
not.
Supergirl now. And there, you know, he gave the button check symbol. Classic battle here, NorCal versus SoCal. I think you know a thing or two about that.
Oh, years and years of that.
And look how fierce Dharc is. You see him reenacting the Clash quote, the intro as he goes into it. Pretty intense button check right now.
It's got to be. It's an interesting button check. They've got to hit each other with everything on the screen
before
they're allowed to go into the real match. I think that's the rule, right? You have to throw every interactable possible.
That's the base form. If you go to the next level of the NRS button check, we like to call it the Dominican button check, where you go for a full combo and then sometimes an entire round without anyone knowing if it's real or not. All the way dating back to the NK9 days. Shouts to the great CD Bros and Maxter, you know, making that an actual thing.
That's true. All right, so we might actually be seeing, now, I don't know if they're just on the wrong sides or if we're actually seeing Dharc go Supergirl, because these Melina players, they like Supergirl and they like Catwoman, and both these players play both of these characters a little bit, so I'm just going to assume they're on the right sides.
Yes,
but
let's do that. I heard Dharc talking about having a myriad of characters over in the pool section, just prepared for whatever it takes. Apparently not a big fan of the mirror here as he gets trapped with the plus frames in the corner and finally pokes out. And let's trade positions as we go into the loops.
It just goes to show that not even Catwoman players like playing against Catwoman.
Yeah, that's a pretty big sign that, you know, the collective, amongst all of their downplaying, they know what's real. As Krayzie goes for the sick cross-up situation there into the trait. Easy does it as she scratches away at Supergirl's first bar of health.
So much damage, and this is going to be tough for Dharc. I mean, Krayzie just came off of fighting Theo's Supergirl 3 games straight.
Yeah.
These were these long, drawn-out, close matches, but now he's got so much. He's already in the mindset to fight against Supergirl. Right?
Yeah, speaking of Theo, Dharc also going down, except it was 3-2, had the mental capacity. Actually pulled us off to the side and was like, yo, I had him. So he's going to give everything he has here, wants to escape his pool demon and advance to later to tonight's top 16. You know, to get a piece of that 10K buy bonus.
Yep, this is the last match of the first 4 pools to see who makes it out. Between these two players, two West Coast players trying to defend their area.
Of course, you know, pride is heavy, as we saw immensely stacked Wednesday night fights earlier this week. That was taken by Dragon. The Outsiders are here to invade, and so far, so well. They have all advanced out of the pools on the winner's side, and now trying to close the gap is Krayzie, pushing Supergirl back into the corner. More pressure. Meter burn, bounce canceled. Nothing but offense coming down, even the pounce.
Dharc just really hasn't had a chance to start any of his offense. This is going to be a good opportunity, but he needs to just keep it going. A drop is not at all what he needed right there. He needed the Oki. He's still going to get some corner pressure, but can he open him up? He does.
You know, I hear that breath is never plus, but in those situations, there's no way it is not. She is free to move once that breath has been released, the meter burn version, and with enough distance to travel, she can easily close the gap with her great advancing mids. Looking for the down 2 there, may have gotten a teleport by mistake.
Yeah, and of course, the only character that would have been able to catch that teleport would be a Catwoman jumping in with Whip, right?
Of course. Trying to keep it unclashable is Krayzie now, 1 hit at a time. There was an opportunity, but with such a huge meter deficit, it really doesn't matter. Now it's going to sit on all of the resources. Will we see a super? No, instead we get a wake-up DB because why not?
That was actually really risky. I mean, that could have been a huge punish. Krayzie does have full meter. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him go for maybe a cross-up, not cross-up super situation.
Yeah, and Dharc fighting with all of his health, refusing to give up this last 104 points of health. Piece by piece, playing the spacing game. Krayzie's in there now. Here's a super mate looking for a cross-up situation, and no, same side it is, and it is enough for the kill. On her knees, Supergirl goes, and that is 1-0 to the man from SoCal.
And you know that the only reason he went for that and he didn't go for the cross-up was because he's playing against the Catwoman player. That's the third level mind game, right?
Yeah,
He's like, I'm going to go for the no mix-up because I know you know the mix-up.
Yeah, so all of the mind games took place at the character select screen. All of this is just hearsay and random button presses, as it was already decided. The Catwoman hive mind already knowing what they want to do at all times.
This could be good. Gets the knockdown in the corner. No mix-ups. Interesting choice. We're seeing a lot after knockdown. Dharc is going for just standing 3 into breath, like a guaranteed chip setup, but I'm not sure what that's trying to bait out or really trying to achieve.
All right, second time around, same setup. Doesn't work twice as Dharc successfully blocks the cross-up now into the offense of his own. Gets the drop and the wake-up DP right back at you. Krayzie doesn't drop this one. Instead, goes for the hard knockdown splat mid-screen.
Not able to get the pickup from the air-to-air jump whip, but again, Krayzie has a 100% success rate on throws so far, which is impressive.
Chip damage back to back, and onto the stressor you go for all of your agility. Take a ride as we go into the halls of the Arkham Asylum. Supergirl trying to put Selena away in every chance possible. Background bounce, and another drop combo from Dharc.
Yeah, these drop combos are hurting Dharc a lot. Actually, they're hurting both players a lot, but Dharc in so many openings.
First time out, kid? No, I'm battle tested.
And Supergirl, you know, crying like the spoiled teenager that she seems to be. Always feels attacked in all of her clash quotes. I love it.
She's it's because so many people call for her nerfs. They're like, she just feels it all the time, right?
Transcending the fourth wall through the vision of Paulo is Supergirl, now hated for her character because of the players who play her and use her to the highest level possible. Spacing game with the lasers, trying to keep Krayzie out as Dharc, but not patient enough. Walks into the cat dash now. Splat again. Krayzie looking for the hard knockdown every single time.
He's actually going for the safe jump setup, which is not something we really see too much. Of course, the cartwheel is now rollable as a knockdown. It's not a hard knockdown, so if you just roll that, it eliminates so many of your setups. I don't know why more people don't do it.
Those are chef tips. People not paying the deepest detail to the patch notes. Listen to this man. He will help you as Krayzie looking to mix up card pressing buttons during negative. Not his turn. Instead, he's going to eat the full combo background bounce. You know, Two-Face in the background trying to escape. Doesn't really have a chance as Kara spins the meter burn laser to take as much damage as possible.
Oh, that was a good block. Dharc definitely was waiting for that. Went for the throw punish, exactly what he needed.
Supergirl
He was ready. I mean, he already got caught earlier in this round by a raw cat dash, which Krayzie was really using to try to stop the mobility. Supergirl, of course, has one of the best walk speeds, both forward and back in the game. She just floats around. She doesn't have a walk speed. She's got a fly speed, right?
Exactly. Add that with her quick advancing normals and an air dash. She can get around, land air any way she wants, at any time she wants. You have to play a very reactionary game with her. At the same time, not letting yourself be open to such risk.
Oh, both players neutral jumping, trying to catch each other. Both of them have such good jump ones.
Supergirl not ready for the wheelchair just yet. As you said, she can fly, so walking not an issue. As Krayzie gets the full combo now. Background bounce, yes.
Interesting hard knockdown. That one's a real hard knockdown, but not going to get too much advantage off of it. Takes the plus frames, tries to use it to bait a throw attack or something like that.
Yeah, seems like an overcommit, and instead is going to eat the loops into the corner. Here we go, forward 2-3 into the float. Goes for the hard knockdown. What is the mix-up? Wake up DP, no punish. Krayzie getting away with his life there, scat-free, but this time he's going to eat the corner combo one more time. The loops. Dharc taking it to the skies.
Oh, and just a bait right there, trying to bait the wake up again, I think, but the Catwoman classic, meter burn back 3 and a meter burn back 3. It's going to work.
Yeah, just
gotta expect it.
Just Catwoman things, you know, when in doubt, meter burn back 3 it out, and the jump back whip, easy hit confirmed this time for Krayzie. Should not drop this one, and enough damage on the tail end of those claws to scratch away the great health. Dharc back to the corner.
And Dharc has had this corner positioning so much, but now Krayzie gets a chance to use it. Of course, it's been nerfed since the most recent patch from Catwoman. She used to have so many plus strings in the corner, but now she's still got a lot of great options. We see jump back whip a lot from Samit. It's got to be one of his main signatures.
And look at the patience there from Dharc. You know, chip damage, not a huge issue in Injustice. You can sit and block forever if you have the defense forward, and that, a lot of patience lost about, you know, 50 to 100 health points at most after that entire sequence, and waited his turn to escape, and now once again on the offensive.
Oh, but no meter to make the conversion. Krayzie also not converting off the jump back whip. And it's relatively even. It looks like they're going to go back to mid-screen.
All right, and there goes that 100% throw rate you talked about. Dharc on it now with the denial and the punch right to the face to challenge your approach. Great laser spacing there. Meter burn back 3, and we've seen a change in the defense from Dharc. Super patient now, simply waiting his turn, playing fighting games in the more traditional sense, where we know Catwoman players don't care about your tradition or your plus frames or anything for that matter.
Well, Catwoman has such good neutral and such good forward walk speed that a lot of times I don't think they're quite as used to having to fight a character like Supergirl who can challenge them in that department. So that's why we've seen, for instance, with back threes, which is something you very rarely see from Catwoman because it does go so far. And we've seen the punishes, we've seen Dharc ready. Wow, no clash from Krayzie, I'm surprised.
He's gonna fight it out and risk it all and save the resources now, looking for the breath, and the meter burn back 3 into the unclashable cat scratch back the other way. Trading blows are these men now, 2 games to 1 is Dharc. You saw that little death stare into the camera? You saw that, right? Okay, want to make sure he doesn't get away with it. That man is going to the next level. You know, these Molina players have that some sort of deep hatred on the inside that makes them a little more bloodthirsty than the rest of us.
Oh yeah, they're, I mean, Molina, of course, literally bloodthirsty.
Begin.
She wants to kill. Okay, so we're going to stick with the same. I'm surprised. I actually really thought we were going to see the Catwoman mirror when we go down to this point. But I guess he's confident in it. He has been changing up his playstyle a little bit. The only thing that I really haven't liked quite as much from Dharc is just how he's been playing his Oki. He's been going for that standing 3 almost every single time, and I don't think I've seen it work yet.
Great interruption there. That jump in whip a little too far out. Not enough plus frames for Catwoman to convert into pressure, but fantastic whip punish by the way. Krayzie hard knockdown. Yes, there's the whip. And although he kept characters, we got a change of stage now. We hit it to the Joker's Playground where every single interaction on this level is unblockable. So power characters looking to use that to their advantage as Supergirl just tosses everything with reckless abandon and unblockable damage, you know, on her mind.
Yep, well, she has to throw those because Catwoman will jail you into so many of the unblockables that launch, and she gets so much damage. We saw a match in one of the IPS online tournaments where BioHazard lost 70% of his life to Samij without being hit. All he got hit by were the interactables on this stage. It is one of the most literally explosive stage as far as it comes to interactables.
All right, more explosive pressure coming in from Krayzie as Dharc back to the wall, relying on his defensive capabilities. Gets opened up by the overhead splat once again, plus frames after, and finds the gap. Side switch and a successful finish on that conversion is Dharc now. These guys just trading blows, as we said, back to back.
They are. I wouldn't be surprised if it went to Game 5, but Krayzie, of course, doesn't want that. He's got to chase Supergirl very far. One thing that Theo was taking a little bit more advantage of was jumping and zoning. Now, it is a little bit risky because, of course, Catwoman's air-to-airs are almost full screen.
Absolutely.
But just that little bit of chip, that little bit of meter gain was very important to Theo's game plan.
And we've seen exactly how impressive Dharc's defense has been this entire time. He's always been at a meter deficit the entire time, expending all of his resources basically as soon as he gets them, as he spins a bar right on cue to go into this full combo punish on that interactable. Krayzie, no clash, is going to elect to eat all of the damage. Here's the power bomb. And again, another swift punch to the face, and Krayzie just simply eating all of it.
Yeah, this has not been the best corner for him. Wow, Dharc really going nuts. A lot of these neutral jump ones have worked extremely well. He actually avoided both of the quarter interactables, which is so hard to do against gadget characters.
Yeah, and Supergirl with that full laser meter at and another bar. Only a real master could make this comeback now, as he finally has some resources. A little too far for the punish on that Frost Breath, but here's the interactable you talked about.
Yeah, one of the many, and that means one more Oki situation for Krayzie. He baits it. Good pickup.
And Dharc is in big-time trouble now. He's the one on the receiving end of something who should be clashing. And Krayzie has made this comeback down now. Dharc is going to spin the meter here, regain some health unless Krayzie decides to fight some off. He does not. Only one bar, keeping it for a combo extension should he get a hit confirm on the cat dash.
He is going to be able to kill in one more hit. This should be... As long as he doesn't drop it, he's going to make the full comeback. No!
Yeah, right on cue, the commentator's curse. Not quite enough as Dharc with the devastating loss. Face palm and a dream as Krayzie completes the Real Master comeback and advances into the loser's top 16. Dharc kind of popping off on himself. I know it's kind of rough. We all been there. That feeling sucks. But when you get the opportunity, you have to take it. And Krayzie not clashing, believing in himself and fighting it down to the end in a game where comeback mechanics are near impossible.
In multiple games, he chose not to clash, but he was just so ready. He knows that he has the clutch factor. We were talking earlier, man, look at Dharc, man. He is animated. He is not thinking about that win.
Talk about
loss.
poise. Just compare these men body language. Krayzie won. He sat there the entire time and, like, not moved. Dharc is still popping off and still, like, in another dimension as he takes his exit off of the stage. Now, it's been a long time, and we have this block of pools coming up. I look into the crowd. We got Nikki in the building. We got Hayatei, Forever King, a bunch of guys ready to put on a show. Buffalo.
Whoa.
And let's make sure
Dharc
okay.
almost got taken out. Oh,
and the jacket's there too. Can we get a camera on him? Let's just follow the adventures of Dharc at SCR. I'm okay with this. What about you, Chef?
I'm down to watch it. We got the camera ops there. They can follow him. But I totally know the exact feeling that he's in right now. He's like about to like stumble back into us. I mean, that moment where you don't even want to think about this. You don't want to think about where you left your jacket. You don't want to think about how to get off the stage. You're just like,
he's still there.
I know. He's chilling. He's gonna be able to play another match right now. Maybe if he stays here long enough.
No, he's out. We can't put him back in the bracket. Like, it's over. Enthusiasm is not worth a mulligan or a third chance. Unfortunately, if that's the case, we'd have 5-6 losers. But as we slow things down and look forward into the bracket, also in the building, I see Punk out there in the crowd, and a lot of guys looking to fight their way towards the top. Some devastating losses, man. We had the Monster Bros, Young Monster and RevetLeafing, both go down in the losers final of their pool. So close, yet so far away. A healthy 17th place, just not enough to get the job done as Han Rashid advancing to the top 16.
Using Robin nonetheless. It's such a pick that we've very rarely seen from him. I mean, he's chosen him at Wednesday Night Fights just a few times, but it was the perfect counter pick that he needed against Revet.
We also had a situation earlier where Foxy and Crusty Christian took it to off stream, where Foxy went on to win that set 3-1 after, settling down and realizing that he just wasn't quite feeling it on the stage. No need to get into the details, but there's the update. Foxy advanced to the winners top 16 portion. And coming up to the stage next, I do see the young man from Maine. His name is Buffalo. He's about 14 years old, and now he's taller than me. It's unreal every time I see him.
Both these players. Okay, so this is the legendary match, the forbidden match.
The forbidden match.
The one foretold in legend.
You actually have a lot riding on this.
I do. This is the only match that matters at SoCal Regionals. This is going to be Buffalo against Flappy Sammy Hammy. The legendary match, the meme match. I really don't even have enough to say about this, but these two.
This clearly had to happen. Like, there's no way. In any lore of the scene, we know these two guys meme machines. As Buffalo rocking the new age Ninja Turtle shirt. Whoa. I don't know how I feel about this. He's now switched the costume. He is now rocking the epic gear. You had to play Sub-Zero for Tom Brady hours in order to unlock that.
He's just got a whole set of Ninja Turtle shirts that as he does better and better, he changes.
Look at this great still of young men as we sit on the stage where the combined age of these opponents is 17 and a half. Come tomorrow. What does a 15-year-old do at $10,000? I have no idea.
I don't know. And their combined height. You were talking about tall.
Oh, yeah,
their combined height is like about 15 feet.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. We're ants looking up to these hulks of men who can barely, I don't know, do anything to stop curfews. Like a schedule amount of time they can practice.
They can't vote, but they can win tournaments. Now, speaking of just these players, I want to talk about them.
Sure.
We joke about them a lot, but Flappy, of course, from Arizona, one of the best players in Arizona. He won Rewired, which was the big Arizona tournament last year. Buffalo, though, winning the last War of the Gods.
With all Sub-Zero.
All Sub-Zero. Buffalo is the most dedicated Sub-Zero player, I think, out there in the whole entirety of the ICS, basically.
Yeah,
and just all competitive, really all competitive Injustice 2. He's the one who stuck with him. He's the one who's got the most results with him. And it's because both of these players actually were Sub-Zero players in the first game. Now, I get this feeling that we're getting the same thing again, where one of the two plugged in their headphones into the controller and are denying us of our sound, or beautiful Clash quotes.
This seems like a real thing.
I don't know.
Like, this looks a little too one-sided to possibly be a button check as Buffalo is going in. We're just going to call it like we see it now. Down one into the clone, keep it out. Flappy with the escape and water right back at you. This should come out as ice, but, let's not get too picky as Batman goes for the jump two. Another clone setup, and Buffalo is rolling.
I guess if there's one way to anti-air that jump two, that infamous jump two, it's don't even deal with it. Let your homie, the ice clone, anti-air for you.
But is Buffalo rolling as his name is over the Batman name? Massive confusion come from everywhere. These kids always playing mind games. They probably think this tournament is a meme if you let them tell it. And Sub-Zero is going to walk Batman down into the corner. We talked about the ICS in the entirety early this season. A lot of players not really diving deep into the DLC characters because they had 30-day bans. And with a tournament literally every week, it's kind of hard to structure that into the meta of what the season, foretold. But Buffalo, as you said, going Sub-Zero all the way. He's been available for about 2 months now and here to show us exactly what this character can do as Flappy is dealing with this insane corner pressure right on cue. Here's the ice clone to come back out. Yes, it is. Corners himself.
Wow, and he is just not let Flappy get anything started until right now. And Flappy's going to have to make so much damage back. Of course, Batman can do it. Sub-Zero has some great defensive options. He's always got to be worried about just randomly throwing out that clone. It stops so much of that Batman mobility. Batman's jump arc is low, which makes him so much harder to anti-air, but getting over the clone is considerably more difficult for him.
Right, and putting the ice clone in the air where you absolutely have to hold that. Can't walk, can't jump, deal with this pressure. And of the oldest kind, that is a quick 1-0 to the player select. We go get an update on that and make sure that Buffalo is Sub-Zero.
I'm almost 100% sure. Now, in the past, of course, Buffalo, he started off playing Captain Cold. He switched to Superman, and then Sub-Zero came out. He completely switched over to Sub. He still got the other ones in the background, but Flappy, he's been a Batman player, he's been a Supergirl player, so I'm pretty sure that he's the one playing Batman. I think just the names were a little bit reversed. They probably, knowing these two, I wouldn't be surprised if they sat on the wrong sides. Nobody knows the difference between them. They're two kids.
If you take a look at them right now, they're collectively in a secret meme group chat with 20 other teenagers, and they're just laughing at each other right now, mid-tournament, unreal. You're supposed to take this very seriously, which I'm sure they will once the intro lines play, but for now, Buffalo going to have to stick with Sub-Zero now into the green skin. Great work on the randomized gear, letting everyone get a piece of their favorite MK ninja should you take the time and unlock it.
Gotta love Reptile, my favorite ninja, but switching it up, now he should be able to throw acid balls, acid clones, that would be sick.
Yes.
Regardless, he's going to keep that same sort of pressure. No, actually, the moves do not change. I wish they did. That'd be cool. But, oh, wow, sliding all the way. I can't believe it had that much invincibility to get all the way through the clone. That wasn't even a close clone.
Not even close, but the tip of the toe on that Wayne Tech suit, of course, better than any normalization NRS could throw at him. Taking his time now is Flappy. A more back-and-forth fight. Although Buffalo has a big life lead now, these guys trading normals a little sloppy here with this slugfest, but Buffalo coming out on top and working his way towards the corner.
It's so weird to see a Batman just on the other side of the momentum for so long in a match. But Buffalo's really taken this Sub-Zero pressure down to his science. He uses the plus frames, he uses the meter burn, Ice Blast, he knows exactly how to use his jump-ins, which are also extremely good. Exactly like that, the ambiguous cross-up.
And when you add that in with the interactable setup, no one knew what side that was going to hit on. Spins the meter, the bar meter on the restand into the plus frames now, looking for the shimmy bait. But instead, Flappy very solid, opened up by the slide, and this is just dominated from Buffalo.
Place to hide.
I will shatter you.
Does that sound like a man who's trying to hide?
Definitely not. I think if there's any character that's fearless in this game, it's going to be Sub-Zero. And you kind of got to play him fearless too, but what a life lead, and that's going to be it. I'm assuming there's not going to be a drop. Buffalo going up a quick 2-0, not letting Flappy out of the corner for more than just a few seconds each game.
Sub-Zero.
It's just overwhelming right now.
We didn't even get to see the entirety of that beautiful stage in conduct. It's so pretty, and if you get to the left, there's like a cute sunset stuff, and then everybody gets to be all happy, and then Batman players do their jump to without regard, and then everybody dies, and it's great. But Buffalo, being the evil party pooper that he is, locking Flappy down into the corner with those ice clones and great air-to-air pressure now. Here we go, game 3. Buffalo looking to close the set out as quickly as it started.
And already starting off so well. He's going to get the restand, probably going to see, oh wow. Oh, he did get the side switch, ambiguous cross-up. I think that was actually not a cross-up. And chill is exactly what he's telling Batman to do. Victory. Already again in the corner. This is Flappy's home now.
I mean, besides the mechanical bags, Buffalo was definitely working on a perfect in that first health bar. Now here's the down 2. Enough distance to keep it safe from Flappy, who just looks a bit flustered now, and that hit on the same side. How about a huge ice sword to the cow, as Bruce Wayne is definitely without answers in this situation.
He has to get some sort of pressure started and just never let it stop. Flappy's, I don't know, he just seems so overwhelmed. Buffalo is just stopping him at every option. action.
You know the realms are different when Batman is the one who is being rushed down like there is no tomorrow. We, as an entire community, have helped to held all of his pressure for about 5 years straight. And now watching Sub-Zero slide into the Injustice world and force his will upon this man is just kind of refreshing and at the same time surprising, because someone's really quite capable of dealing with Buffalo's pressure so far early in this event.
Oh, could have got a little bit more of a pickup, but still, he's in the corner. This is the scary spot for Batman. Oh, he couldn't punish the slide!
Baited into the unblockable, interactable reset, keeping everything unclashable at this point. Buffalo knocking on the door to the next round of winners, and Flappy is going to take a quick exit there as he slides into the losers bracket. 3-0 coming from the man from Maine. It's a long trip, man, to fly across the country just to freeze his way up to the top.
Wow, that was some incredible Sub-Zero pressure. Like, okay, so we were talking about that. We very rarely get to see Sub-Zero. There are like 3 players max that use Sub-Zero, right?
Hey, let's wait for this awkward hug right quick.
Oh.
No, they're like 12. Hold on.
No.
Oh, no.
Denied!
Yes!
Denied!
The absolute denial, and Flappy just actually became one of the biggest men in the scene for denying that nonsense. I'm a mod on Smash GG. Let me change the bracket and let him win. Where's my phone? There we go.
The first
he
time
definitely
that we've
won.
seen somebody deny a hug post-match in like 3 years.
I'm
is
actually
what it feels
changing
like.
the bracket. He deserves to win because of this. Like, he definitely, for sure, as he denies it. None of that nice guy stuff. You took an L. Stop trying to be cute with me, all right? Just get away, man. I'm in losers. You know how that feels?
And only second match. Now, those two are actually really good friends, but to have to, come all the way here to play second match, that's rough. I mean, it's unfortunate. The tournament is seeded, but it's by skill, and they don't actually live in the same areas.
No.
So, if they were right next to each other, of course, they could have talked to somebody, but they live far away. Online training partners, it's a different thing.
It is the nature of the beast, coming in. We had a few, like I late regged, and I had to play BioHazard first round. It is what it is. Slayer Dragon first round. It is what it is. That's just how it goes. You pay on time, you get separated as good as you can by region, skill, and either these one of these men with the best IPS points, in the realm. It just so happened you're going to play your friends. At the end of the day, it's a one-on-one game, and you're going to run into them sooner or later. So Flappy now down and lose is going to need to win an additional 5 games to make it out into the losers section of the top 16 as we take a look back at the stage. More young men.
Now, I vaguely see Rewind's hair on the other side. It's
vaguely,
unmistakable.
That's kind of an understatement. I don't know if you can vaguely see Rewind's hair. I now have to look up to that thing. Every time I see this kid, he grows another inch. He's probably 16 at best. I don't even know. It's just Russian roulette. Teenagers spin it. Are they a top player? Yes. Are they under the age of 20? Yes. Then they probably play Injustice 2. That's how it works.
It's just unfair. We got to ban all the kids. They're just way too good at this game. I don't know what it is about being young that makes you good. It's cheating, right? It's an unfair advantage.
It's definitely cheating, like without question. I'm gonna go back and look at the IPS footage. I'm pretty sure Hayatei and Gross cheated to get to those top 4 positions. There is no way, sir. You guys are over the age of 20. Peace.
And we are seeing a Swamp Thing pick from Domonero, who I'm not too familiar with, to be 100% honest, but we're seeing Swamp Thing against Rewind playing Flash.
I mean, Domonero just kind of winked his eyes and looked at the camera and rubbed his hands together to let us know he's playing Swamp Thing. I'm probably on that man's side. Now, there's rumors about, and I've heard this, throughout the course of the entirety of the game. Don't take my word for it, but I've heard murmurs that Swamp Thing beats Flash, potentially.
What? All right. Well, okay, I could very generally see it.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Swamp Thing. Oh, okay, we are seeing Swamp Thing. So for the first time today, and the first time in, I feel like many events, we're seeing a Swamp Thing on stream. Actually, there have been a few, but it's, of course, extremely rare. Swamp Thing has extremely good range on his normals, but he's going to have a tough time trying to get out of this Flash pressure.
I mean, Flash with the same game plan, no matter who you are, try to open you up into the mixtures here as we get into the Speed Force. Drops the combo. He cannot block while in the Speed Force, but Rewind with the great read, jumping over, baiting out that wake-up command grab.
Oh, and a delayed wake-up is going to mean he can whiff-punish the forward 3. What wake-up command grab? Yes.
Right back at you. No fear from these men as, he just gets into it. Back to the wall. Big-time corner pressure from the Flash. And Rewind, though. Abigail's Garden is active now. You cannot dash or jump while in it, but who needs aerial attacks when you have interactables to help you traverse the level?
Absolutely, and you know, honestly, whoa, hitting him out of the tire, but drops the conversion. That could have been so much. Now Flash, Flash dropping a combo too.
And getting opened up in various ways now is Domonero in the wake of tree vines. That's a beautiful tree, man. Gets some health back, slams him back into the corner, more foliage. Not sure if the Flash is, you know, one of those garden guys, but he's gonna have to deal with it today.
And killing him with a point-blank log kick. Oh no, the meter burn 4-3 is not working out for him so far.
And the right idea there from Rewind to go immediately into the Speed Force does not go for the unclashable, you know, classic corner combo with the 4-3 into the multiple back threes, but instead, Domonero, a second chance at life. What will he do with it? Down to his last, dare I say, limbs, as he gets kicked in the mouth. Rewind, great interactable usage as the Flash just kind of skirts across the bottom of Bruce Wayne's mansion.
Oh, and I really actually hope we don't see a switch because Domonero, he was doing really well. He dropped a few combos and he tried for a lot of forward threes that weren't working out, but honestly, it was close. He got him down to a second life bar. It was just a few more reads because every single time he dropped those combos, I mean, Swamp Thing's damage is actually really high.
Yeah. See, we haven't gotten to the point of the tournament yet where the crowd starts yelling at you to stay with a low-tier character because they want to see it, and then you have to make a crowd decision that will put your tournament life into balance. But instead, Domonero quickly switching to Green Arrow, a character I thoroughly enjoy watching, one of the hypest characters in the game. A lot of mix-up, great buttons, fantastic utility character, as I like to call the majority of the cast. That's not the clear top.
Definitely got his matchups that he's great at, and he's one of the best at actually escaping in the game. He's so slippery, he's got so many moves at moving back, such great zoning, so I can understand why you'd pick him against Flash. We actually saw this matchup on stream earlier today, which is surprising because this is not a common matchup.
Not at all. Got a little greedy trying to load that special arrow right in Rewind's face. Flash is like, hey, look, man, thanks for the invite. I'll take this full combo punish any given time. Another space here with punish. Drops the combo in the corner and a freeze.
Ooh, what a trade! Both people are, I don't even know how to explain that. That situation was just silly. That's all you can say about it.
Yeah, just let it rock there. Easy confirm into the background bounce. That one a little more stun as Brainiac is, you know, tickling with the brains of the opponents. A lot of people dropping that combo on the way back, but it is Rewind still in control.
Man, I chunked that one.
Yet another reason you're going down.
Never chunk that one. Never chunk it, all right? Rule number one, never chunk it.
I'm going to start using the word chunk. I guess if Ali makes it cool as he shakes to avoid these arrows now. Domonero in control, but not much damage coming from these raw trait arrows. You know, they do about 1 damage at most. And Flash, one of the more damaging characters in the game.
Domonero really needs to find those spots to be able to load. Right now, he's just not getting any reward off of making all these hits. That's not going to connect.
Yeah, that was definitely not a confirmed. Rewind trying to go prehistoric, but instead expends all of his meter. And Domonero with the easy punish there, relinquishing him of his resources and his first health bar.
Now he's just using the check to build back a little bit more meter. That check builds actually quite a bit of meter. Oh, he tried to bait out the flip, but it was actually a flip a little bit later, so he went to the other side.
Is he trolling?
Oh, he is trolling.
Yeah, because he was clearly trying to build an entire super meter there, but realizes that you should probably get the match over with. No one wants to get caught in a late game situation when you had it. You get popped off on, and you deserve it. So Rewind closing it out there with that meter burn phase as he goes into his notes.
The Flash.
He has the phone open. He hasn't looked into it until now. Okay, let's just make sure. I got to call the young man out.
Maybe he's just checking Twitter right now. I think he feels pretty confident in this set. I mean, this is the 3rd character that we're seeing from Domonero. You very rarely see 3 full characters in a set unless it goes to game 5. So at this point, when you see a 3rd string character, you tend to think, all right, he's a little bit lost. But honestly, I loved his Swamp Thing. I think he was doing fine with Swamp Thing.
I agree.
He just needed to drop a few less, make a few more right reads. Batman, though, always a good pick against pretty much everybody, especially the Flash. And it's showing so far. Oh, slams him out of the sky with the case.
And the dash under or wake up. How risky is this man? Goes for the corner conversions now. Simple stuff, 314 damage, baiting something out with the parry, and Rewind with an instant challenge after blocking those mechanical bats, which have a little to no hit stun, or block stun, excuse me.
I like how he can be down 2 games and still have the guts to go for a parry on his opponent's wake up.
What's up?
This man is no fear. But I mean, I guess to play Swamp Thing in tournament, you have to have no fear, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Keeping it safe now. Rewind, giving him massive respect as long as these mechanical bats are out and right on cue, trying to disrespect the punish right on time. And Domonero looking as solid as ever in this set. Is it too little too late, or can Batman help him bring it back?
His Batman looks very solid. It doesn't look like a third string character. I'm surprised that he waited this long to use the character, actually. Oh, dash forward into jump on wake up.
Chill, this man clearly, and gets that restand. Oh, the dirty stuff, empty jump low. And who cares? He can drop all of the combos because Domonero's mind is left somewhere in the Speed Force trying to figure it out how to block after that ridiculously dirty restand from the Flash.
That is just mentally too good. But we've already seen that he has no fear, so I don't think he's going to be afraid even after seeing that.
And even much so, he still is very much in this fight now with the wake-up slide, giving Rewind everything he can handle in terms of not carrying. Here's the cross-up, no punish on the whip down too, and this could be enough to kill after this setup. Does Rewind have enough in the tank?
Oh, he picked him back up. Now all he's going to need is chip. I think a running man stance 2 might be enough. He's just walking back. Is he going to troll again?
He's definitely fighting for the super. Tries to end it again with the EX phase. Now down to 1 bar meter. And Batman kind of just, I mean, Rewind, please.
I don't know. I feel like that's really risky. Wow, I can't believe that down 2 worked. But I think at that point in time, he was still not quite enough of a lead that he should have gone for that. Against Batman, I mean, I understand maybe against Green Arrow, who's not going to kill you from one hit, one random grapple, but in that situation, I think it's still a little bit scary. Regardless, that's Rewind. It's these kids. Maybe that's why they're so good. They're disrespectful. They don't care who they're playing
Absolutely.
against.
That comes into the character as far as who they are, and it shows in their gameplay. You set up your beautiful frame traps and your setups that you save for the last hit, and they just poke you out of it, or they just forward dash and jump on wake up. It's just such a mind game that's next level with the way these children now approach the game. And yes, we got to call them children because they're taking it to the next level as we get left behind wondering, why does that work? That is the new age, and that meta and that mind game just is what separates them from the rest.
It's true. I mean, in how many games would you have ever tried forward dash on wake up against Flash?
Forward dash into the Flash, yeah, okay.
I mean,
get opened up for 600 damage for free into a restand, like it's demoralizing, but that's also a part of the confidence they have. And then to not discredit them at all, they know exactly when to flip the switch with your traditional fundamentals. They just have it all. That it factor as a part of their gameplay is just something that we've seen consistently from Sonic to Dragon, down. These kids, they just do it. And they know the game. They're levels ahead, man. So it's a beautiful thing to watch, and that's what keeps it exciting.
It's true. That's why we see so many of them doing so well. We've got a bunch of them in this bracket, in these last set of pools that we haven't seen yet. We have Illusions, who's still relatively young, of course.
Of course.
We've got, who else was over there? Oh, the young, that's right. You said the young twins are already out. And we have another one coming up. Yeah. This is going to be a really good one.
We have a rematch of characters for you, but a slightly different level of difficulty as Buffalo returns to the stage with his patented pressured Sub-Zero going up against the man who invented the Batman pressure. That is Circa's Forever King. Rested this time, ready to go, and fighting his way through the winner's bracket, not losing a single match. It is 3-0 across the board. I want to say self-proclaimed, but it's not true. Just give it to him. One of the best Batman players on the planet, trying to make a mark here. And Buffalo with his biggest test yet here in the winner's final of this bracket.
Yeah, now this is very potentially going to be tough as far as matchup knowledge for King. What is King doing? Is he taking a selfie right now?
He is, of course.
With the crowd?
He is definitely Snapchatting his life, and it's only him, not the crowd. He has to make sure that you understand that he is Forever King. I would tell you where to follow him, but he's done enough self-promotion on his own. So, Buffalo, who just shows up and definitely knows what it is more focused. His headphones are on. King is laughing, smiling. You better take this young man seriously, or that smile may be a frown as you walk into the loser's bracket with an icy touch of salt going down your back.
After seeing that last match against Flappy, you gotta be at least a little bit worried. Now, one big thing here is that, of course, King was one of the top 16 at the IPS finals, and the people at the IPS finals really didn't, or any of the really high IPS players didn't get that much practice against Sub, because of course Sub was only available for about a month, right? Now, Buffalo, he's been playing Sub since the character's release, he didn't really care as much about IPS, so it's hard to imagine that King's going to have as much experience against sub as Buffalo does against Batman.
All right, let me give you a quick update on that. I was mistaken. This is, in fact, the winner's semi-final on this pool. On the other side, Flowchart, who is a California native, is making his way through. He has defeated 2easy, and he's going up against DSP Basics. The winner of that match will meet the winner of this one for winner's final as Buffalo starts on the offensive. Stops the combo.
And I'm sorry, did Burger King start this game with a sweep?
Yo,
what was that? I've never seen Batman sweep.
Yeah, call out on the read from the spin. Now Buffalo playing the defensive game, backdashing away, keeping the corner and the rest of the stage in between himself and Forever King, so he can play his offense the way he has so far, as we've seen on display earlier.
Already. Oh, okay, actually, I was going to say already, Buffalo just trapping King in the corner, but King manages to get out. Buffalo returning the favor just as quickly. Very nice, using the hammer, not a move you usually see, punishing the slide, very ready for it. Obviously, Buffalo has a lot of experience against Batman. He does play Flappy a lot. Among quite a few other players. He's one of those online monsters that is playing every single day. They get to play so many of these great players that never make it out to things. I mean, there's a reason why he did win War of the Gods.
All right, King focused, just waiting. This massive wall from Buffalo just disallowing him. He's not playing the game right now.
Again, seeing Batman on the receiving end of this quarter pressure is just unreal.
This is too much, and the meter burn bounce cancel, keeping it unclashable is Buffalo, but finally, King finds the opening. Anti-air, looking for the vortex, does not block his cave head successfully now, and drops the link, give Buffalo a second chance to end this early.
And Buffalo waking up with down one into clone. It's another one of those young man reads that we're talking about. Just getting a little bit of an extra chip as much as he can before this life bar ends. Ooh, making King spend a little bit of meter, but he's spending some meter himself.
Yeah, trying to keep him out with those ice balls. Gets a good trade now. Buffalo making huge mileage off of that last piece of health now. King down to 314. That is a combo from any touch of Sub-Zero, as Buffalo does have the meter to extend.
But the corner pressure is going to start the other way now. Oh, airs him.
And King spins the bar on the restand now. Keeps it plus. Great bait there. Push block. And just out of range. Fantastic backdash on King to avoid that interactable.
And the raw slide.
Plus range now. And looking for the down two is Buffalo now. Down to the wire. Spins his last bar on that meter burn ice ball to eat through the mechanical bat. Chip damage territory. Great confirm from King. And just like that, he has tied it up one read away. And no clash. Chef, what is happening?
I don't know.
And the clash.
Can you take the cold? I'm Batman.
He is Batman, that's what he says, but is it enough to win this match? No resources for either one of these men. High attacks, looking for chip damage.
Text the throw, and he runs into the ice clone.
Stop it, young Buffalo, the god there after the tech, immediately putting that clone out, and King a little too antsy, using the defense at the last second, went for the ultimate read there with the slide, and simply threw the game away. Great read and such poise from Buffalo. He almost fell apart in that comeback.
I was just floored by that entire last exchange. What good defense by both players. Great reads. What a set so far, and that was just the first game.
All right, Buffalo now patient, using that slide to cover a lot of distance as he makes his way close towards, but instead a little too antsy. That mechanical back, so much hit stun and easy to combo from King. Gets the full jump into, and now the roles have been reversed. It is now Buffalo dealing with the pressure.
Oh, but he should be able to get a nice background bounce combo here. No, went for the mix-up. I feel like he should have maybe cashed out.
What? There's no way. There's absolutely no way. King was 100,000% mashing down two, but got the up grapple. But you know what we say in the FGC? We take those.
Absolutely. Take everything you can get in a situation like this. But now he's got to get out of this corner. He wants to take advantage of that.
Using the invincibility on that dive kick to escape the pressure is Forever King, and the smart stuff there. 100,000% intentional for the side switch to clean that round.
So much of this game is about who can control that corner.
As Buffalo gets the jump in, he is challenging, and there is the release of the mechanical bat in between the gap of the 1-1-2 into that shoulder. Both of these men with clear knowledge of the characters.
Oh, and he tried to bait it out, but it actually traded. We've seen King use that so many times. Wow, absorbing the grapple, and King is getting so many openings from behind the clone this time. It's so different from the last game.
Yeah, Buffalo in big time trouble. They're not able to clash because he is at a huge meter deficit. Who would want an extra 25% of damage added on top of that combo into the side switch? He's going to have to rely on his defense now since the shoe is on the other foot. Last chance here. Waits to get the second bar for the clash. Smart stuff and fantastic meter management from Buffalo.
There's so much poise from such a young player. It's incredible. I don't know how he learned that. I mean, even not clashing too early in that combo was so smart. Both of these players get to use that interactable, so it's hard to... This whole game has been played on the left side. The other game played on the right side where there is no escape, and that's changed so much.
Looking for the slide, cuts the straight shore, has the distance corrected, and now Buffalo able to get the corner pressure going. His clone will not have come back in time, but the recharge is up. Wake up, stand 2 from King. He wants to remind you that he once too started out as an online warrior, and the wake up button is not a new strategy anywhere. If it works, we take those, and King is now on the board 1-1.
Definitely the battle of no fear right here. And okay, this is going to be big because Arkham doesn't have the corner interactable on the right side, and the left one is slightly different. Well, no, it should be the same actually. But overall, the interactables will be a lot less useful for these players. I think the corner is going to be a lot scarier. Here we go, King already playing the lane.
Yeah, the level of respect immediately from both of these men as King gets things started with those 3 mechanical bats, drops the combo. Buffalo a little bit afraid to anti-air as he tries to bait some out with that double jump into the cape float.
Oh, jump back too. That's a way to anti-air.
Yeah, what kind of game is this?
Oh, not respecting the plus frames.
Clone is back. He uses the EX Batarang to destroy it, but Buffalo still able to get something going. And that extended leg. Look at that workout from Bruce. Letting Sub-Zero know he has all the athleticism and the smarts to match his physical capabilities.
Ooh, I wasn't able to punish it. He was still armored, but again, Buffalo just controlling so much in this corner, dropping so much, but a great way to end it. Both of these players very ready to side switch as the very last hit of their combo.
Yeah, and that's just basic knowledge there, knowing that it would do just enough for the kill instead of having to expend the resources. Instead, gets that reversal throw to put King back into the corner. Now Batman definitely in potty time as he can't escape this toilet behind him, just sitting here watching it, not sure what he wants to do, but Buffalo with the push block, not allowing King to escape.
He's not going to have the meter. He's only going to take the knockdown into the corner setup. Oh, good read on the up battering. That should be enough, and again with the side switch, King's going to get his chance now.
All right, Bruce turning the tables there. That immediate dash up from Buffalo. We don't use toilets in another realm, he says, as he gets opened up into the jump 2. Full combo damage into the restand.
What's the mix-up going to be? Oh, what? How did that even miss?
Is there no end to your magic? Push yourself harder.
I honestly don't know how that interactable missed. Was he in the startup of forward 3?
I don't know. Did Batman just tell the Grandmaster of Lin to push himself harder? Are you kidding me? Have you not looked up Mortal Kombat lore at the slightest? Anyway, King still in the driver's seat in this situation as Buffalo gets punished for that slide. That not a distance closing one, but an attack offensively. And, you know, super punishable on block as back-to-back, this time King dropping the punch.
This could have already been over, but now King's got to worry. The biggest issue here for Buffalo is that he doesn't have a lot of meter. He's not going to be able to get the big conversions. If Burger King does clash, he's guaranteeing himself some life.
And into the command grab. Doesn't have the meter for the restand, but instead the clone is going to allow him to start the pressure, but that corner escape so good for gadget characters.
Oh, and good patience by King, not overcommitting with the projectiles. Oh, that 4-3 was definitely supposed to be a whiff slide.
Yeah, and King has 2 bars now. Yeah, and a great trade in his favor. Buffalo, although he's staying in it, when it comes down to late game situations, Batman with some of the best offensive capabilities, the ability to meter burn the Batarang and get that explosion, which causes a knockdown, which pushes you near full screen. So a lot of startup on the Batarang, but you know, decent enough recovery to continuously chuck them as you make your approach. In Buffalo, Sub-Zero's ice balls not quite what they are in the Mortal Kombat realm. They are highs and they don't freeze on their own. You need to spend resources to get the capture, and Buffalo has proven to not really stock up on his meter that much in this set.
Well, he's a very meter-dependent character. Like you were saying, he needs meter for all of his combos. He needs it for the meter burn man grab, the meter burn ice ball, exactly like that. It's also one of his best ways to challenge zoning. And when you have Batman, who's got such a great runaway game with that zoning. Oh!
Stop! Buffalo with the great conversion, a little slick now. Here's the cross up into the bomb. Unblockable reset, doesn't quite get the continuation on the combo, but instead keeps corner positioning.
And Buffalo has earned himself a nickname in the scene. They call him the Interactables Master because he has one of the best interactable use around.
And talking about reads on top of reads, King looking for the backdash in the situation. That Wayne Tech grapple going straight to the dome, and fantastic trade in Buffalo's favor. Walks under looking for the side switch, but instead of dropping the combo potentially, goes ahead and gets the kill. And just to work his way out now towards the middle of the stage. The part that we've seen the absolute least.
I didn't even know there were middles to these stages.
Yeah,
I thought it was just one big corner.
And now watching his dome piece as that forward 3 overhead comes in. Easy combo. You've seen it a million times. And now that middle of the stage we so desperately fell in love with for 2 seconds gone, just like that.
It was nice seeing it. Would you take a picture next time? We're not going to be seeing much. And again, both of these stages have had a throw interactable on the right side, and then on the left side, the dive kick interactable.
Wow, and didn't quite get a full combo, but instead gets the reset of the American variety. That forward 3 now into the restand. King, no escape, and Buffalo.
Finished.
Don't be so sure.
He was 100% ready for that. I mean, King has used that interactable so many times that it would be silly if he wasn't ready for his opponents to do it too.
And that was beautiful. Great cross up there on the sword. Here's the back 3 as King flashes.
I never lose. Of that, I am painfully aware.
That was like a lot of respect for a Clash.
I know. What's up with this? So Sub-Zero clearly reads the DC lore. He knows, but Batman doesn't respect the Lin Kuei. Yo, like, I'm not okay with this. Like, I know both teams have to work on the game, but like, can the MK guys get a little love, DC, please?
Oh, nice. Uses that perfectly spaced shatter. But neither player has Clash anymore. Both have the meter to make conversions, and there's the start of it.
And that ice ball eating everything. Buffalo going for the plus frames. Denial, no exit for Batman, and gets hit raw. This could be enough to get the kill.
Oh, good flip up, but he picks up again.
Yep, great reset. King using 2 bars for that air escape, going upwards, a lot of recovery. And when you air escape in the corner, you really don't have any options. Free pickup, easy combo for Buffalo, 1-1-2 into the ice ball, and it is now 2-2 as King takes it to the thought bank, hand on the chin, trying to figure this young man out. The poise, man, look at these kids.
No, neither really looks that flustered for a set of this magnitude that's been so heavy on rushdown from both sides. So many ridiculous moments, and both of them are just so calm. I mean, King has so much experience competitively. I understand it from him, but Buffalo, it's very impressive to see. I can't believe he was actually able to block that jump in.
And a little too close there on the proximity from the ice clone as Buffalo tried to activate. You can't activate the clone right on your opponent's person, and the dirty stuff, committing to that unsafe slide. But when you have that safety of the mechanical bat, all the things go in your way as King with the perfect read and the near perfect round.
Not the first time that he's read the backdash with the grapple. That's such a hard read. That's the kind of read that it isn't even for the damage. It's just to make your opponent realize that you know what they're doing.
Yeah, talking about reads, Buffalo's going to need to read the book of comebacks that we saw earlier from Krayzie, as he is in massive trouble now.
Fear freezes you.
Don't bet on it.
Yeah, Batman's not really afraid, and your life bar kind of says otherwise, my guys. So, King now, Batarangs, excuse me, trying to figure this out. Anti-air, he is just rolling now. And
those escapes have not helped him at all. He's just getting red at every turn here. Every match was so close, but King was one of the most dominant matches suddenly that we've seen all day.
Yeah, Buffalo just running out of gas here at the end of the tank. King, the seasoned veteran and Justice Pro Series finalist, trying to put together this last hit to get the job done, but Buffalo not giving up.
He's building up a good amount of chip. It's very hard to avoid getting closed out by Batman, but wow, picks him up at the end of that. It's going to be a reset. What's the mix-up? Guaranteed interactable.
Spends a second bar now. Could go for damage in this situation. Won't be enough to kill. One more reset. More ice clones. And King trying to escape using that double jump, but gets caught in it. Oh. He hesitated. You know, the slide would have put him back in the corner, but hold on now. Buffalo running 1 life bar straight. Does he really have enough to do this?
Oh, maybe. He could very potentially do it. This is a great pickup. So much meter from King. He's going to be able to clash at least
but he
once for a lot of
doesn't.
life.
Instead, eats the hard knockdown into the corner, and you got to think Buffalo looking for unclashable, but the anti-air of the regular variety, and a teabag for your trip to the losers bracket. King with that smug smile and that peace sign that just makes me feel terrible on the inside. Just an ounce of disrespect on that exclamation point of a 5th game. King is now in the winners final, where we await the winner of Basics and Flowchart.
That was such a ridiculous back and forth set, but something in King's mind clicked. It's just the experience that he has, maybe playing at a level of this caliber in the 5th game, and he was just like, oh yeah, I got this, and just boom, read. If he hadn't even been quite that dominant, if he'd made one less, I think the potential was very much there for Buffalo to make that comeback.
I mean, Buffalo turned it on just a little bit too late, you know, jumping early in the game, allowing King to start things off with an anti-air into the grapple restand. I mean, when Batman has his bats more meter than you and he's rolling in his vortex situations, I mean, who's really coming back? Sub-Zero, not the biggest, you know, 50-50 guy or, you know, character to make those massive comebacks, but Buffalo's showing light that once he gets into the corner, it is an entirely different ball game. And although we saw the makings of what would have been the second real master comeback in this block, just coming up short as we head to our next opponents. This is in fact a rematch from Wednesday Night Fights. It is going to be Panda Global's Hayatei going up against the fiercest man in SoCal in Guamo. Poison Ivy made from day one. Where are these guys?
I don't even know, but I have to say, this was one of the closest matches that I've ever seen. These two had such a close match at Wednesday Night Fights. Guamo was playing out of his mind this week. He eliminated Slayer 3-0. He got to the 5th game against Hayatei. It was so close to beating him. Guamo just sometimes just turns things on. I don't know how he does it. It's just he goes into Guamo mode.
And a fun fact about that set, Hayatei actually used Robin in that one. Used Batman, excuse me. Didn't like Robin against Poison Ivy. So playing the multi-character game now, forced by one of these obscure characters, that is the great meta that no one talks about. You know, you run into a Blue Beetle in a bracket, or you play a Firestorm, and all of a sudden your main is getting washed, and you're like, well, wait a minute, I'm not ready for this. Time to whip out the young secondary, which probably has an easier time. But this is why we play the game, and we'll see who these guys decide to select as we have some of the edgiest gameplay coming to the stream really shortly.
And what a character of all characters to make Hayatei change. I mean, he's played against some of the best, most patient zoners in the entire game at the highest level, and then all of a sudden he plays against Poison Ivy at a local, and that's the one where he's like,
which is so weird, because if you dial the clock back to Evolution, in the winner's top 8 where he went against Dragon, he took it to Dragon's Poison Ivy 2-0, and then Dragon's like, okay, Aquaman time, try to rush boys, and we're about to win. And Guamo, just the secret hero from SoCal. Look at that shirt. That is a man who just is ready for the occasion any way possible. And it is going to be Poison Ivy against Robin. Hayatei actually believes.
Well, it makes a lot of sense. You know, he was talking to me at IPS Finals. He was talking to everybody, talking about how patience is the most important thing to have. And he showed it. That's why he made that top 4 at the IPS Finals. That's why he's definitely in winners now. But honestly, Guamo could make it happen. I really think Guamo could make it happen. He's been always one of the most fun players to watch. He has some of the most silly gimmicks and setups. We call them gimmicks because it's so infamous for him doing them in particular.
I will tell you something. The thing I love about Guamo the most as a player, if you know me and you follow MKX at all, everyone knows I've probably done the most X-rays in the history of life. First round, game winning, no matter what it takes, and X-ray boys. Guamo will literally die in tournament matches going for those supers, and you gotta love a player who just lives vicariously through his character. Poison Ivy super, one of the rarities in the game, but every time you get to see it, Guamo's just so fierce with it.
One kiss for luck?
No.
Young, dumb, and ready to die.
See, he is a dumb man. I mean, I would gladly take that kiss, but I'm also a dumb man too. So
you're dumb one way or the other. It's not a win-win situation. But, already starting with the zoning. This is going to be the most difficult part for Robin to get past while he's trying to challenge it. And he does finally make it happen. He took so much damage, though.
Talk about damage. Here's 500 on his BNB, but it's dropped instead. Getting that full combo from the jump in is Hayatei, but coming up short. it's always great when you can drop a combo and get 444. You know, no one's complaining too much.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he lost the Oki, which is very good against Poison Ivy because her wake-ups are so lacking, I guess you could say. But whatever works. And now it's time for Guamo to get a setup. And it's going to be another trade setup into zoning. Oh, gets anti-aired by Nightshade.
There's the Bark Skin, puts out the most useless move in the game, but he loves it. I've seen his highlight videos on his Twitter of him killing people with it, and it gives him a satisfaction like none other as Hayatei with Le Mélange. The mixtures coming all the way across, but Guamo with the answer immediately.
He is ready for a lot of these jumps. Guamo's been doing extremely well. I'm surprised that he hasn't just gone for a little bit more of the zoning, but of course that's Guamo. A lot of times he could just, he could rep drill into trade, into drill, into trade over and over, but Guamo always wants to go for something. He always wants to like do some sort of pressure chain that gets push blocked, or at least he set up the vines on the ground or the bark skin. He's one of those players. He plays for style over victory 100% of the time.
Well, Hayatei not caring about any of that, just doing what he does. Robin, a pretty stylish character on his own as Guamo goes into the clash.
Superman and I disagree.
And now they're trying to take the green. Chill, what is this about? Poison Ivy doesn't want any problems.
Well, she kind of does. I think she wants to kill everybody in the earth, but
this is true. Okay. The society really doesn't care about anything. So here's massive chip damage now. Well, not massive, but good enough. And the pushback to play the game she wants in the raw back three. A little too far at the tip. Ivy not able to get the conversion, but instead, back to back. And the second time is the charm as a kiss. So seductive and life-draining as Guamo. Hard knockdown. Here comes Nightshade.
I'm surprised that we didn't see a clash from Hayatei earlier.
Are you with us or against us?
That well's been poisoned.
Yeah, definitely. She's definitely with the society. We played the story mode. We know exactly what it is when it comes to Pamela and her loyalty.
And Guamo is getting really close to being in that situation where he can get one trade out and get the chip kill. It could be from this. Oh no, Nightshade's not ready. It's not going to happen.
And neither did he have the meter to get the restand on that kiss. Unsafe. And this time, Hayatei, will it be enough to kill? Birdarang set up. And
the wake up command grab!
Stop. And who cares about your Birdarangs when you have the kiss of death? Guamo, the one time he goes for it, hitting on cue, a wake up as he survives game one and continues that momentum with another kiss here in game two.
Guamo is in the zone recently. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's got the reach. Standing one hand.
Stop it. Guamo on another level right now, looking for the low, and there's the punish from Hayatei. Not quite ready for the combo continuation, but the wake-up assassin strike, both of these guys slugging it out, just tossing, and the meter burn back three, enough to break through the wake-up. See, I'm a psychic. I'm God. What's up?
You read that 100%. You and Guamo, whatever you guys are on right now, I need some of that.
We are on that poison, young man. All right, jump into the vine stabs.
What is going on? He anti-airs at the drill. There is so much going on. Guamo with the perfect reads. I don't even understand what's happening. Once upon a time, Guamo at EVO, at the Mortal Kombat 9 tournament, he got a very certain particular level of drunk. He double babality pig on stream and babied me on stream. And this is the same Guamo that we saw then. So I think his blood alcohol level is just perfect. That's how he described it. And he needs to keep it up with whatever it is. Getting so many air-to-airs. I mean, okay, for a character that has potentially the worst anti-airs in the game, against one of the characters with the best jump-ins in the game, I can't believe how many air interactions Guamo's won.
Talking about one of the best jump-ins, there's the extended damage distance, excuse me, but Hayatei dropping the combos here. Very uncharacteristic and is forced to clash.
Last chance to fall in line.
Don't lecture me.
Hayatei's spending a little bit more. That means Guamo's still got that meter. If he wants to land the command grab, which is what we're going to see right now, no, he drops the combo.
And that time, Hayatei patient, not waking up, instead whiffs the entire string. Luckily not punished. Both of these guys getting away with some dirt now as this game gets closer to the wire, a bit sloppier, but this time Guamo with the pickup. And an unfortunate combo opportunity dropped because of Nightshade messing up the juggle.
On the raw 4-3, avoiding, keeping it unclashable. It didn't even need to. At this point, it's almost guaranteed chip. He wants the kill with, he wants that ground kill.
He wants it. And chipping Hayatei down, it's gone, and he's going to eat it. Oh, big time trouble now. Hayatei on 3 meters to Guamo 0. Look to take 2, 25%. And if Robin gets the hit, DP into conversion. Down to the wire. Here's the jump in punch. No conversion there with the DP.
And now it's just a little bit more chip Trade's gonna come out, he's gonna block!
And the swoop from Hayatei, great buttons now, looking for the chip damage, and the push block into the Nightshade trait. Extremely unfortunate, depending on what side of the offense you're on. SoCal standing up as Han Rashid looks on in surprise. And Hayatei, I don't know if that's a look of confidence, but my brother, you are down 0 games to 2. You need to find the voice of whatever it is that keeps you running. And Guamo just staying very reserved. It's just... what is happening?
See, okay, Guamo right now is secretly feeling himself so hard that it's... I mean, he's always feeling himself, but right now he's feeling himself so hard that he literally is, like, suppressing it. Because he knows if he lets it go, it's just, it's over. You look at that smirk. You see his smirk is escaping his face right now? He's trying not to.
I mean, he has the man who placed 3rd overall in the season on the ropes, only a week removed from finals. So Hayatei, who should be hitting on all cylinders, as we saw his godlike performance at the Avalon, now in the loser's eyesights.
And 2-0. I mean, this isn't even like it's a going to game 5, going to game 4. Right now, this is potentially looking at a 3-0. Guamo's just hitting so much chip. His pressure is so good. He's getting the conversion.
Hayatei finally gets opened up at the end, pressing a button now into the restand. The Poison Ivy shenanigans coming in. Escapes. She follows and gets immediately whip punished. Hayatei missing a lot of the back 3 links after that meter burn GP. Not sure what the timing issue is here now. As Guamo fakes it up, both men dashing up at each other, trading some pokes. And commits to the DP. There it is now, the juggle. Will we see the Assassin Strike? No, instead goes for the Birderang setup, chip damage territory. And this time Hayatei takes the first life bar as Nightshade is prepared to be summoned. I'm such a guy. Like.
Oh, the push block is going to get rid of Nightshade just as quickly as he arrived, though. And, oh, if that was a meter run 4-3, it might have connected. Now we're going to see.
Live a little, Damien.
Like I need advice from you.
Yeah, he doesn't need advice from anybody. Talking about it, we, as commentators, we watch on and we see these early clashes in the life bar. It always seems so problematic, but then we see some of the greater defensive minds in the game survive. Not quite sure what Guamo's defense is made of without a clash now, but he is on the offensive, and the chip damage and a long time coming on that stance in order to bring Nightshade back and ready to go.
I think that Guamo's defense is just purely his offense. His entire plan is to read 100% what you're doing and just do the hard counter to it, whatever it is.
Well, that choice on defense in the air escape got him reset for an additional 400, about 600 plus in that entire sequence, and he is not escaping this Birderang. Hayatei now on the board.
And on the board with a very convincing game. He's turning it around. If he plays like that, he can make the 3-0 comeback. But Guamo, if Guamo just gets all the gimmicks started, oh, and this is a great start. Back 2-2 has hit so many games so far.
Going for that forward 3, almost had the safety of Nightshade to cover, but instead Hayatei poking with that sword, making contact and getting rid of Poison Ivy's trait right before she could use it.
Oh, the 4-3 just going right underneath Robin. We're going to see another setup from Hayatei. Good blocks, and so many reversal throws have worked from Guamo. That time he's down one in the throw, but again, back 2. Can he get the full combo?
Oh, and the wake-up Assassin Strike. Oh, into the combo. Stop it. Hayatei getting a little saucy with that one. Blocks low this time. DP. Meter person to keep it safe, and Guamo looking for the throw. Hayatei 2 reads ahead in that forward 3 link. 468 damage. Robin secretly hitting like a truck.
Oh, and he should be able to get a lot of guaranteed chip right here. No, he's going to go in.
And jumps over looking for the throw, and that was to be a tech, but instead Poison Ivy just out of the range. Robin getting the throw a little bit more, and you know that happens pretty often in this game. Both men on their P's and Q's when it comes to teching these throws.
Yeah, sometimes the tech during the throws, it just happens. Oh, and a great whiff punish. That should be the kill. Doesn't even need to go for the full combo. Guamo on, again, 1 life bar.
1 life
to
bar.
win out here. Oh, Nightshade's coming out. What's going to happen? Gets the full conversion into the background bounce.
Timely air escape from Hayatei that could have spelled momentous trouble for himself. Instead, gets the Birderang out looking for the whiff punish on that neutral jump attack. And the patient game from both of these men. Trait is out. There's the Birderang to cover his approach. About plus 50, 100 million on block. Unreal number.
Oh, and Hayatei not respecting the plus frames. Guamo just trying to build space to summon Nightshade. There it is. Is he gonna be able to, oh, he didn't block the very end.
He did not. He was a little bit preemptive, hoping that the shot would come in so he can get the combo continuation, but instead it's Hayatei who committed to the entirety of the string. Guamo with no meter, but commits to the full string, looking to summon Nightshade out.
Oh, and here it is. Is he going to go in, or is he going to take the chip? He's going in. He's Guamo. There's no way he's not going in.
But Hayatei with all of these resources, but walks directly into the back three. Big mistake here from Guamo, giving Hayatei a chance to recover 25% of his health. How much meter will he spend? 2 bars. It is now. No meter, no clash, and Hayatei, the wake-up assassin strike.
Oh, checking him every single time after he throws out that trait. Guamo has so much space now. Nightshade almost back, but Guamo choosing to go in very Guamo style.
And he has no meter on this clash. Does Hayatei absolve him of another 15%, or does he let him live? He lets him live. Rather keep his meter for combo, trying to kill Nightshade on point. And that was massive range for that background bounce.
And instead of getting the back 3, he got the backwards forward 3, which means he didn't get the full combo. He's still got a lot of space. Barkskin's an interesting choice.
And there's the whip punish from Hayatei now into the trait. Catches the low, fighting down to the last mix up, cross up now, no meter. It is going to be raw, and Guamo.
He needs to find a space to bring out Nightshade. He's so close.
He spins his bar, does not have it. Here's Nightshade now, and Guamo doesn't have the meter for combo extension, but Hayatei's gonna push the issue and bait the throw into the trait cancel.
What a conversion! He was 100% ready for that to hit, and the one time that Guamo threw, he was down 1-ing almost every single time in that situation, but Hayatei just had the read.
Just don't even look at me after some dirt like that. This man fighting from the brink of being sent to losers in round 2. This is not winner's final or anything like that. This is early. Someone is going to have a huge path to come down as Guamo goes back on the offensive, looking to not falter and give up a 2-0 lead. What is better known as the classic. You hate to see it happen, but this is why we play the game.
And really, especially after that last match, it was so close. Both of these, it's to go either way easily.
Good blocks, not falling for any of the wake-up Oki shenanigans from Hayatei is Guamo. Staying very patient and great conversion.
Kept it unclashable for some reason, but whatever works.
All right, the thorns are out. The bark skin is almost active, and there it is.
Well, Guamo taking a lot of damage from full screen this time, choosing to zone more. Another back 3. He's going to use the background bounce. He tried. I don't think he was quite within range. And that means he's not going to be able to close it out.
And both men jumping in now. Patience from both posts. And Hayatei's going to commit, gets the combo. Enough plus frames to follow up with pressure for the chip. And very even matchup.
Now, how is Guamo going to close out this last life bar? Oh, anti-ing with back 2.
Yeah, the smart stuff. That hitbox on that flip sword is not actually active until the sword is coming down. So you can knock him out of the twirl. And the dash up DP, the most nastiest of reads coming from Hayatei. And
that is all Guamo wanted. That is all he wanted. He forgot that he's playing a set right now. He saw that amount of life, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to get that conversion. But here we go. 1 life bar left for each player. Big conversion from Guamo. Oh, he tried to get the last thing, but again, so many assassin strikes hitting on wake up.
Yes, so successful. And Hayatei sitting on a full bar of meter and throw that out of the window. 1 DP down. Another bar spent on that cross up swoop dive kick. Will we see another one? Chip damage territory. Here's the Birdarang. Whips the DP, and why not meter burn it, because we play Robin and this is what we do.
And he went for the standing 3. I think it was supposed to maybe be a forward 3. I think he messed up the input. He allowed Guamo to clash, but Guamo not using any meter.
Chip damage now. 1 hit is going to do it. Can Guamo somehow find the magic deep within the green to pull this comeback? And it's not looking as bad as we thought, Chef. He has a chance here.
He goes, Barkskin means no chip, so he can't block, but no, he moves as soon as the tray touches the ground.
And Hayatei pulls off the reverse 3-0 comeback, takes off the headphones. He says, I'm God, without saying it. It's inaudible. It's like anime. He just put it in captions and let the people at home know exactly what's happening. The handshake, and Guamo, the shirt somehow still tucked in after that intense set. I don't know how he does it. A man of fashion, both in gameplay and real life. I'm sure this is not the last we'll see of him as the Hitbox Warrior takes his talents to the losers bracket.
I certainly hope it's not the last we see him.
No, absolutely. He's too fabulous. Like, Guamo is just, he hair flips with like the hair in the back that doesn't even flip. Like, only he can get away with stuff like that.
I know, and it just works out for him. That man has so many flower shirts too. That man has like the world's largest selection of flower shirts. I don't understand how, he must have a gigantic closet. I feel like I've seen him wear like 100 different ones.
Maybe that's the mojo. Maybe that's what makes Guamo him, you know, as we Look forward in the bracket, a lot of interesting things going on. These men clawing and scratching and fighting their way. Each individual pool stacked as the next one. Only 16 men can make it out. Hayatei still a decent path ahead of him also in his pool. He has Jacko representing BXA, and on the winners semifinals, he has Rewind waiting for him. So it's just a massive pool of talent and a lot of gameplay left in that single bracket alone.
I know. I mean, we had such ridiculous competition in the first 4.
Yes.
And now the second 4, it's exactly equal. I mean, the seating was great. We have Illusions. Illusions really